The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom. The Leo King will be live shortly. Please hold on while the collective consciousness loads, and thank you for being a part of the Leo Kingdom.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's David Palmer, the Leo King, and we are here live for your weekly Love Tarot horoscope here on Deep Love Tarot for the week of October the 21st through the 27th of 2019 here on highvibe.tv. Please check out highvibe.tv. It's an awesome network, which of course produces this show, and we have so much awesome exclusive content. We've been making so many updates, and my awesome pre-2020 video is now available. It's pretty much your whole entire survival guide, but it's even deeper than that. It's the deep preparations and the changes that you have to make right now to be prepared for what's coming here, not only in 2020, but the rest of your life. I go into it. It's a 2.5-hour docu-style horoscope. It's a horoscope like you've never seen before. We have taken horoscopes to a whole new level here on High Vibe, and we have this special video, 2.5 hours long. You can watch the trailer on highvibe.tv and purchase it, and you can, of course, once purchased, watch it on any of our apps on Apple TV, Roku, iOS, and Android, and of course watch it on the website and stream it to your TV. We have so many different ways to do it. And of course, if you subscribe, then you get access to our exclusive content, which is daily, weekly, and so forth. Please check it out, highvibe.tv. And speaking of highvibe.tv, we got Craig in the house from highvibe.tv. What's going on, bro?
Oh, what up? I was actually just cueing that beautiful video that you did.
Oh,
Mr. Palmer over there did a great job on this pre-2020, so I would like to give a little round of applause to you, good sir. It's very nice work.
Thank you. You know,
very nice.
It was, I have to give the applause back to you because you set up everything. He came up with the whole entire atmosphere, that whole vibe and set up the cameras, and it was just it was a collaboration, man. It was a co-collab. It wasn't me, man.
It was a teamwork, but you know.
Teamwork, but you know what?
Teamwork makes a dream work.
Important for people, for real. Because it was like, you know what? It was more than a horoscope. It was like, this shit's going down. This is the best course of action, and take it or leave it kind of energy, you know? But I did go out to Vegas to decompress from that. It was a lot of channeling. It was like, ugh, a lot. How did you decompress this weekend?
How I decompressed was I went to went down to the Arts District, downtown LA. It was my first time there. It's a pretty cool scene. Ended up at a after hours party till about 4:30, 5 in the morning. So
I think Craig assumed because I was in Vegas sending me video and pictures at an after party that I would be up to. Which I
had some cool ideas though. I got some good inspiration there.
No, he sent me some cool ass pics and video of like some cool, like, what were those old like 80s TV walls?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a bunch of like small original TVs that we had back in the day with like the spinning knobs. So then you hook them into a modern day receiver and you can play everything that you want on there all in one.
Yeah, it reminded me of like old MTV style, like,
yeah.
I don't know. I thought it was pretty cool. So, you know, decompressing is important. Especially when it's been a lot of pressure. Now, going into this week, if you have never watched the show before, this is where we go into the cards. And oh, you know what's so funny? I got freaking Hostess Zinger sitting with the tarot deck. I'll keep him right there. We go into the cards, and then of course you do a collective horoscope first, and then we will go into your individual by pulling out of the High Vibe TV Solo Red Cup. You never know what you're gonna get or who's gonna come first. And then of course, if you have questions, please go to deeplovetarot@gmail.com, where we will answer a question that we pick from the email. Please put the sun sign that you are as the subject line. And then, of course, write your question, and not about your own natal chart or anything like that, but just about any love stuff that you're going through as your own sign, so that it could apply for all of your tribe in the Zodiac. Do it right now, because it goes quick. Wham, 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 wham. And so we'd love to have your questions. We'd love to answer your questions too. So I say we go into the collective reading. We got a lot of people in the chat room. Please share this so we can get a lot of people in the chat. We'd love to have lots of people in here and have a good time. Let's get it going right now. Let's see what's going to go on with the collective for this week. I'm going to be using 2 Rider-Waite decks. I'm going to be using the Sacred Oracle deck, and I'm going to be using the Black Moon Tarot deck. And of course, we got our beautiful and amazing Astro dice. I was just in Vegas. I did not roll any dice. Didn't play any craps. Didn't play any roulette. I did play 1 slot, and I won $200. Was that or $250? No joke. I was lucky this weekend. All right. First card for this week in the collective is the Star card upright. Wow, it almost feels like really brand new beginnings. It almost feels like we just washed away a lot of shit in relationships and a lot of energies. This card keeps popping up in a lot of readings.
It's a beautiful card, though.
Yeah, it is a beautiful card. I'm
I'd
sure the
prefer
ladies
that one
would
pop
more
up.
appreciate maybe a naked guy. I mean, the guys, we appreciate having a naked girl on every Star card.
I mean, the female body is quite beautiful regardless.
Yeah, so interesting. But, you know, I always love this card because, of course, it's got the 7 sisters, the Pleiades up at top, but really it is about being back into connection with the divine, kind of coming from a whole new fresh state, a fresh feeling, a fresh, like, understanding of where you want to come, and really naked and raw, like, I don't know what is next. I'm just going to let the universe guide it forward. And I think that that's important for this week. Let the universe guide things forward. Let kind of this new energy of relationships begin collectively. Like, this is definitely a time for us to just go, you know what? This is just, where's the universe going to take it? Let's follow the signs. Synchronicities are very important right now. Anything that feels like it's off synchronicity-wise, and actually, people should watch on my exclusive content on High Vibe, because when I went into my intuitive, I downloaded a gnarly thing, and it had a lot to do about synchronicities, and a lot about synchronicities that could look like cloned or AI or fake ones. Ooh, that's a whole nother subject right there. Our challenge for this week with the collective is the knowledge card. So I think that this kind of makes sense with the Star card coming before, is like, we really don't know jack diddly squat and where we're going right now with relationships. Even if you're partnered or in, you know, single aspects, I think that there's just a lot of questions, and I think that's the challenge, is like, maybe you don't need to know. Maybe you're over trying to know. Maybe you just need to just let things happen, let things play out. This is a week of watching things play out. If you're gonna try and study case and get on top of a relationship, like throwing some crazy, I don't know, scientific research project on your relationship, hiring a private detective. What was that show where they used to, where they would hire the private detective and he would come? Cheaters? Remember that show, Cheaters?
Yeah, that one was a wild one back in the day.
That was a wild show. I actually really
I think
enjoyed
that dude got
when they would.
stabbed or shot on one of the shows.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, he got stabbed or shot.
But it was always
it's
hilarious when
craziness.
they finally, remember the guy and how he was? He'd be like, all right. And he'd take the girl, he'd take the guy, he'd be like, we're going to run up and we're going to go. They're at the apartment now. They're in there now. Or they're at the movie theater right now. And we have somebody in the movie theater and they're making out. Like, you know, they run in there. It's like, if you're going to start doing that shit this week, woo! Like, you're not going to have a good time. You don't want to be that guy because maybe, I don't know. Not saying you're going to get shot, but maybe it's like you don't need to try and understand it so deeply or get way too deep, especially as Scorpio season starts this week. Woo! And with Mercury in Scorpio, Venus in Scorpio, and the Sun, oh man, you want to talk about trying to understand? What about just understanding the flow of the emotional and the synchronicities, not so much in the mental aspects of things? I think that'll cause a lot of problems.
Yeah, Jax told me today in 30 days I'll be doing well. Mars going into Scorpio, right?
Oh, trust me, I am ready
30 days,
Mars.
baby. 30 days, I'm ready.
I am ready for Mars and Scorpio. I'm born with that motherfucker. I'm getting my Mars return. All right. Our outcome from all that is going to be, wow, this is a pretty interesting card. The Six of Pentacles. I think that this card says, don't turn anything into a charity case or go after relationships or if you're in a relationship, like, you know what? You have to keep a balance of what you can give and take. Like if you just start becoming, the reason why I'm kind of putting this more towards like making sure there's a balance, like making sure that you're not taking on savior type relationships where either you're being saved or you're the savior. And because what's going to happen is it's unfair. This is about finding relationships that are of an equal stance of going with where the universe is going, not expecting from one another, like, oh, are you going to donate this much energy into this and I will only donate this much? Or, you know, this has to be a fair exchange going on right now. If it's not a fair exchange, if it's not a return the same way without an expectation of it too, because there's something about the Six of Pentacles, it's almost like he pops up out of nowhere. Because if you think about these two homeless guys that...
Is that what they are?
I don't know if they're... I mean, I don't know. Well, they could be... We'll just say they're cats.
I'll be on the left, you can be on the right. So that's Craig and David there.
Craig and David. I don't know. I think I look more like I do like blue.
Yeah, you're in the blue. I'll be in the yellow. Tell the story.
So Craig and I are sitting there, and some guy just randomly shows up and starts, well, what? I'm not getting shit. You're getting the fucking coins. I'm not getting shit. Anyway,
I'll give you half.
Out of nowhere, it's like a fucking guy shows up and is like, yo, check it out. I've got you. I'm taking care of you, but there's like a fair imbalance. Like he has the coin to give it out. You know, Craig and I live in LA. A lot of people are homeless in LA right now. They come up asking for stuff. And I can tell the ones that are like really need it and then the ones that are just like, hey man, like my buddy's around the corner. Like I need some cash to get off and slam some H. And it's like, I'll usually offer them I always offer them a Cliff Bar because I buy so many Cliff Bars. I'm like, you need a Cliff Bar? You hungry? Or some guy the other night was just like, I just need a drink. And I was like, okay. So I went in there and I bought him a drink. Yeah, if somebody asks me something like that, I am down.
I'll throw some gas in their tank, but that's about the extent. They post up a lot at the gas station these days, I feel like.
Yeah, I mean, on some of them, the gas one's kind of a weird one. Sometimes they want money. I'm like, hey, I just put 5 on your, one time in Hollywood, I was like, yo, I just put 5 on like whatever, pump 12. And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, you asked for gas. And he was like, oh, no. I was like, oh, he really didn't need that gas, huh? But I think that going back to this, it's like, you know what? If it makes sense and it's a fair exchange right now and it's not give and take in a way of like, this is about give and take this week and from the same place, an equal place. And I think this knowledge, like if you're overanalyzing things too much, maybe you are in a place where it feels like it's too much give and take. I think that might actually be the secret to knowing if something is really out of whack, is if you keep trying to understand something or you keep trying to go back and figure things out, or honestly, if this is becoming a technical relationship, right? Where you're just like, I am overanalyzing this thing way too much. I'm trying to figure out why they do this or where they're going. This is an imbalance and it's not a pure state anymore. It's become just too much and it's not in a fair exchange. And I think that this is all leading to fair exchanges. It'll be interesting to see what this advice is from Spirit. We got the 7th house of partnerships on top of knowledge. I think that this is going to definitely be a week where it's like another thing about fairness, equal partners. Partners coming from very similar energies, very similar places, very similar emotions. Like there's an equality of this week. So this week is about true, and what a way to end this Libra season, right? Like what is of the pure state, what is on the fair exchange, what is on equal playing fields. Because if everything is not on kind of equal playing fields and it's all, oh man, that's not gonna go down too good. And I think that this is a major time for that, to really see what's gonna be in that equal state from a pure state. And anything that kind of feels like it's coming from a give or take and one person's giving more or taking more or anything like that, you're going to be spun out trying to figure it out too much. And I'd hate for you to end up on that show, Cheaters. No, I don't think
Or
it
Catfish.
exists.
I mean, that's like the new age flip on things.
We got the 12th house with Pluto in Sag. So, you know what? We are going deeper this week into uncovering a lot of our projections of the beliefs we have about people. So beliefs are going to pop up and they're going to be going through a filtration system of if they're subconscious or conscious beliefs. So you might have this idea or belief about somebody or this projection like, ooh, yeah, like Disneyland can happen here. And it'll be like, wait, this is more give or take and I'm trying to figure out how to build this too much. Or this will be like, you know what? This actually is in alignment spiritually, deeply, and I can see where this is going and it makes sense and there's so much doorways that make sense. This is a week where if the doorways just feel just naturally like a fresh breeze opening the doors, kind of like when you think of those old 90s and 80s movies where the doors just open. They used to do scenes like that of the French doors opening and like the wind blowing through with like the beautiful, you know,
Yeah, what was that science one, Mad Science or whatever, they create that woman?
Yeah. But I think that it's like, that's a natural flow. Although they do that in a lot of horror movies too, like, you know, like, So if it feels like it's too pushed and like, man, you're trying to push that door open all crazy by some evil spirit or something crazy, like, oh man, get away from that motherfucker. But if it's just like this beautiful natural flow, the door's opening this week, that's how you're gonna know it's in alignment. There's something about just beauty and natural and just like it just all makes sense. It just goes click easy. If it just clicks easy and it's just like, cha, you know, it's just one of those things. If it just becomes one of those things that just doesn't click, it doesn't click. Pretty simple for the collective reading this week.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get myself back clicking, you know, rebuild that relationship with self.
I think, yeah, that's a good point of the star card too, is kind of, it is getting back in alignment with yourself. And once you're in alignment with yourself, and especially back with the universe, bam.
I'm ready for that Libra season to be over.
Yeah, this was a little,
It has not treated me well the last, like,
well, you're Scorpio.
little bit of my life, the last 6 years or so.
Wow, we got Sages first. So if there's any Sag questions, remember, email your questions, deeplovetarot@gmail.com. And I'm in the chat too, making sure what's up with Heat Peeps. What's up? Yo, yo, yo. Ferris Bueller's day off. Sound of Music.
It's a good one.
I remember, you know, that was a double tape, Sound of Music. And I remember, you know, it was in my VHS collection of my family's, and I always used to like, when I was looking at it, I always said, screw Sound of Music, I don't want to watch that right now. I don't know why.
You didn't like the Von Trapps?
Well, all I remember at Sound of Music is it was like a 3 or 4 hour movie, 3 hour movie.
Mm-hmm.
And all for what? That one scene of her just to sing in the field with the flowers? This is the Sound of Music. And the rest of it, I'm like, what? This movie makes no sense to me at all. And I'm Dutch.
What's those? The Nazis, damn it.
I don't know.
So damn Nazis.
That movie just didn't do it for me. Didn't. It was too fluff. It was too. And I was a kid too, and I'd be like, and I don't know anybody who's like, let's sit down and watch The Sound of Music today. Like, you down to fucking watch it?
Just my grandma.
Go. Like, you got the double VCR? Let's go. Let's throw in tape 1. Like, I am down. Let's go. Like, hey, come on over. What do you want to do tonight? It's Friday night. Come on, let's watch The Sound of Music, baby.
In a perfect world, we could watch it for breakfast as well.
For breakfast?
Yeah, you know, just get the day started with a little Sound of Music.
What if we do a 30-day challenge of watch The Sound of Music for 3 hours when you wake up to start your day? I bet you we'll have more people, you know, complaining of ending up in mental hospitals.
Well, we have no Sagittarius question that warrants an answer, so step it up, Sagittarius.
All right. I am down.
Getting real with it today.
Okay.
So let's roll.
There's no questions?
No, it's literally just like generic. It's asking about what they should focus on for 2020. But good thing for everybody out there, if you got a question about 2020 and pre-2020, there's this amazing video available on High Vibe right now.
Right now. Two
Right
and a
now.
half hours long.
2.5 hours long.
Custom, not like regurgitated stuff, all fresh new content. All right. Sagittarius, this week for your love life, Knight of Cups. This is a good card. This is you finally starting to feel confident and moving in a much more flowy, much more better state. Of course, there's always a little bit of caution with Knight of Cups as far as like not going too fast. It is much more of a, going with the flow. Like if you're on a horse and there's a river, like there's a little bit more of this like, okay, we're going with this, we're going with that. It reminds me of an inner tube. It reminds me of the lazy river at Wild Rivers when we were kids. It's like
Perfect
just
Sunday.
going with the flow of things emotionally. But I think that this week is also good of like, go into more emotion this week. Don't be afraid. Like, come on now. The Knight is getting the confidence to move into things and to feel better. And I think that there's a lot of cups that emotionally right now for Sagittarius are really trying to move things forward. Like, let's go. Let's move into new energies that actually are about to feel. And maybe, and especially with the Knight, Knights like to go on quests into new territories. So I feel like this is about exploring new emotional territory in relationships, if you're in one, or if you're single right now and you've been a little bit, hesitant, like maybe you need to go in this direction, or maybe if you've been single and you haven't gone out there for a while and just tried, you got to. I would definitely stay away from exes with Knight of Cups because you're just gonna waste your journey on going through a journey that you continue to battle. But I also feel that this card is going to give a lot. If we think of the astrology this week, the Scorpio energy is 12th house. Like it's like, you know what? You also are gonna face, if you are, I don't know why this comes up about exes for Sagittarius or soon to be exes that could be coming. There is this going deep into the underworld right now for Sagittarius and Scorpio. So, there is this, you're going to need to go deep into the layers and not be afraid and go into facing the deeper emotions and the truth and going with where the flow of the universe does and reconnecting with that emotional better space for you. Your challenge with this is the death card. I felt it. I always feel the death card right before I pull it. When I say, oh, soon to be exes? Oh. You're afraid of ending things, Sag. Or you're afraid of somebody ending something with you. So, like, this is why I think that you're needing, though, to not be afraid. Like, the challenge is fear. Death card is always fear. It's fear of ends. It might not end. That's the whole funny part. But also, if you're trying to still work things out with an ex, like, this is the challenge of where it's like you still haven't ended something. So, And my mic?
We're getting a little poppy in your mic. Hold on one second, everybody. Yeah, still getting it.
Pops a lot?
We are good.
We're good? Hey, everybody, be ready. Mercury retrograde is coming on the actually, it's technically Halloween. So, Mercury retrograde on Halloween. Anyway, getting back to this death card, Sagittarius. Ooh, don't be afraid anymore of death and all that stuff, because I think I already feel the next card's gonna be some really positive card about transformation to some amazing, more beautiful waters. Yeah, 6 of Swords reversed. I think that this is you. One, you're trying to go backwards, but do not go backwards, because this is a time in your life where if you do not end things, or if you're afraid of just the fear of seeing what's emotionally the truth, there's some sort of truth still popping up here, or there's still some obsession that's not done, or there's still something not complete here with whether you're, wherever you're at, partnered, ex, single, Sag risings are going through a lot of this stuff, Sag moons. This card, though, is saying don't go backwards anymore into this, because you're not going to be able to move forward in your life. You need to move forward in your life. But you know what? That is something that you are the one taking the control to either get in this boat that will take you to somewhere beautiful or not. But there's something about this, is that you can't get to anywhere good until you get over the going backwards thing, or keep trying to go into the same situation all the time. This card doesn't want to move into a better space that is guided. And it feels a little lonesome, because that's the idea of it. Like, oh gosh, I have no idea where the future is going. And it's all mental. But you're guided and taken to a right place. It's a rite of passage. This is a week of rite of passage of whether or not you're ready for it or not. But you got to be willing to explore those emotions and have some confidence to go to, and not be afraid of whatever the outcomes are. This is a lot of fear that's coming up. And yeah, you got the Aries card. You got to put that strength back. You need to put that willpower. And Aries rules your love house anyway, Sag. And of course, with Chiron still retrograde, and with all this Scorpio coming in this week, and a new moon on Sunday opposed Uranus, like this is looking at 12th and 6th house stuff, the reality, and whether or not you're going to move into a better reality, or you're going to stay trapped in hell in the underworld or not in your love life. And this will cause a lot of dramatic effects, just to be honest with you, but it can also be the most positive, dramatic, amazing effects towards the rite of passage to the beauty and to the real love that you want to feel and have. But you've got to face a lot of the deeper emotional fears that you're afraid to. We did get Cancer 8th house with Saturn. So Saturn in the 8th house, yeah, that's a big one, right? You got to face the truth. You got to go deeper into the truth. And in Cancer, it's these deeper emotions. There's something about emotions and attachment that you still have not fully let go of. You still have not fully dealt with, that you fully have not faced yet. So come on, Sag, let's just go into the deep shit. It's kind of like, I don't know why my guides are showing surgery. It's like the gangrene is there. Let's go and see what's there. We might not have to amputate. Maybe we do, but we need to go and look at it. We need to see what's there. There's something about Sag is afraid to go deeper. And that's if you're single and you have nobody in your life, intimacy issues, emotionally, letting people in more of your, getting out of your comfort zones and getting more into more of your uncomfort zones, learning how to also put some sort of Saturn element on that 8th house, learning how to know what boundaries are. I think that the boundaries are blurred. I think that the boundaries are not clear. And I also think that maybe there's obsessive tendencies that we have to look at, Sag, put some constraint and see where the real emotion is. And I feel like for people dealing with exes that they keep going backwards towards, or relationships that are on life support, a lot of this is come on, just let's deal with this. This 2020 shit's no joke. You do not want to come into 2020 into concrete that heavy with this kind of situation, because there's so many positive ones. I think for all Sagittarius, though, this is positive because this is giving you confidence that you haven't had before.
So we got to leave the plug unplugged. We got to leave that cord unplugged, pretty much. No resuscitation.
Yeah.
No mouth to mouth.
You know, I mean,
No sandlot ending at the pool, huh?
You know, I feel like Sagittarius with all this
Sorry.
Scorpio energy coming in, this is the end of their big 12th house cycle that they've been through this whole decade, especially since 2012. You know, this, and I think that's been the hard part for Sag is like, oh man, like, you know, it's okay you went through a weird place.
Who got hit the worst, you think, over the last few years?
Well, I think we all did. That was a hard one to say. But I would say Sagittarius got hit hard. I would say Scorpios got hit hard. I would say...
Perfect. Glad I'm not crazy.
I would say that...
Appreciate the confirmation.
At the end of the day, I would say it would be these three. And I don't know what... I would say in order. Capricorn, Sag, then Scorpio. I mean, I know that might sound crazy.
Top three podium? Yeah, if it's good enough for the Olympics, it's good enough for me.
At least you're in fucking third.
I'm taking it. Bronze medal, baby. Podium that shit all day.
Yeah. And you're actually at the end of it being so shitty. So once Mars comes into Scorpio,
perfect.
You're good. Fucking
perfect.
The Mercury retrograde.
I'm good to step forward and out of the muck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Cancers. We got any Cancer questions? Remember, questions at Deep Love Tarot. Oh, we got a thanks, Rick.
We do have Cancer.
Caspi.
Caspi's in the chat.
Hey, Caspi, you don't ever have to donate, bro. Went to fucking school together, bro. I love you, though, dog. We do. Hey, when are you gonna come to the studio and kick it? You shouldn't be watching this on that big old. But what did he get? Like a new 85-inch.
He's got a nice little screen there in front of him. That's for sure.
You should be watching it in live, hanging out with us. I love you though, dog. Thank you. And yeah, we need to talk. Halloween and shit's coming up. You can't. We used to do Halloween parties. Let's go. Let's go do something. All right. We got any questions?
We do.
All right. Let's see some Cancer questions. What? What? What do you mean you can't ask it? We are free. We are a free nation of topics before we are censored in America. This is the last country left where you can do whatever you want, and
so this Cancer.
It might be taken away from us all.
So this Cancer has been divorced now for 5 years, and she's getting on dating sites. She's getting back out into the market, but she wants to know if is it inappropriate to put a request that she's only looking for men of a certain length, you could say, on her profile.
So she's saying on her dating app or what is she gonna post this on like a Instagram post?
No, on a dating site on her dating app profile.
Well, maybe she dealt with little Bo Peep before. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think maybe if she comes across a little too Dirk Diggler-ish, if you watch Boogie Nights, how he just fucking always in that movie just is like, hey, so I don't really have much in my life, but I got this big dong. It's gonna make me a star. I don't think if you come across looking for someone who's hung, I don't think that's gonna come across good. But maybe be I would maybe be honest, because I think honesty in dating apps is the best. It almost makes you feel like this person's real. I dealt with a guy with a small package.
Yeah, she's only asking for a sixer, nothing too crazy.
I'm just looking for somebody who's average to above average, because it wasn't satisfying for me in my last relationship. I don't know what it's like to be a woman and be on the, I don't know that whole feeling, but I could imagine by just understanding it that, That'd probably suck. Maybe she wants
literally?
maybe she wants something that actually sucks.
She's looking for a six-pack. I think that should be easy enough to find.
Maybe she should just put an emoji of a cucumber, you know?
No, it's
and just put, looking
squash
for
or
one
whatever.
with a good just put the emoji of the cucumber, a little squirt, fucking water squirting.
It's the eggplant that's used.
Eggplant. Oh my God. I was trying to think what's small in an emoji. No more, like put ants or something.
Yeah, blades of grass.
And then put a huge
Just
ass
blowing
fucking
in the
elephant,
wind.
You know, like, fucking. All right. Hey, Cancers. Wow, you get the Six of Pentacles reversed. So, yeah, you got to stay away from being, it's funny, the collective horoscope was like things being on the same playing field. This week, Cancer, do not go into any old situations where you have been a savior. You're trying to fix someone this week. No fixing anybody this week. No fixing anybody. No taking on people. No moving people in. No, oh, I got you. No loaning people money. No, oh, let me help you with this too much, because you're creating whether that's like a mother kind of position or a father position to somebody, or you're creating some sort of reliance on you outside of your love. So you got to be careful this week. Just by any situations, or if you're in a new relationship or you're in your existing relationship, maybe you got to tell your partner, like, hey, like, I can't just do everything here. Like, you can figure this one out on your own. It's okay to do that. It's okay to, this is Scorpio time coming in. And for Cancers, that's love. So boundaries in love are very important for a Cancer, because guess what happens? When Cancers get involved and they get in, they are deeply all obsessed in love. Like, even if it is the worst person in the world. So this is where I think that the boundaries for you are about understanding no more savior complex, no more giving away stuff that, now it's about you being like this whole provider for certain things. No more of that. No more guilt. Like, oh, I feel bad for this person, so I'm going to do this for them. No more guilt trip. And it's not even guilt trip. It's like feeling sorry for somebody. Like, I feel sorry for them. I just love them. I want to do this for them. No. With the challenge of the soulmate. Okay, so, and this is going to be that it is not a soulmate if you're into helping them. Maybe spiritually, right? So soulmate spiritually is fine. But physical, giving away things and money and, a place to live and, oh, hold on, like, let me take you in, or let me fix this for you physically, or let me give you that. Like, that's not a soulmate with this challenge card. So you might, if that's going to be your test this week, Cancer, with soulmate stuff. If somebody's asking you for something, if it's spiritual advice or it's spiritual, that's fine. But if they start asking for, my rent ain't paid, or, what, I need this in order to get through this week. You think you could help me a little bit? Like, I really just need to go to the drive-through, and I don't have any, I get paid at the end of next week. That's not your soulmate. Also, this is putting you a big check this week on losing yourself in soulmate identities in relationships that really are not on the same playing field as you and the same level as you. And I think that this is you having to kind of make a check on where you are with the understanding of a soulmate itself. And I think that, this is also putting Cancers in a really deep place emotionally, because this is kind of like, does this feel like my soulmate? Like, does this really? Like, let's actually see the give and take. Let's actually see whether or not I'm feeling, there's a part of feeling lack here. So guess what? It's like, I feel the lack. I want to feel a soulmate energy. So you're almost Frankensteining soulmates.
Interesting. There's manifesting the dead.
You could Frankenstein a soulmate, right? Like, you could take somebody and, I mean, it's a little bit like Aladdin and the genie, right? The genie makes Aladdin like a prince, like kind of like, we'll make you a prince, although we all know Aladdin ain't no prince, Like, I can't even believe they showed the kids when I was a kid, I watched a movie in the movie theater, like, the whole thing is about him stealing. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh, and the music makes it sound like it's okay. Like, well, you know, it's because we have to survive. Like, you know, like, so it's okay to steal. You know, it's like, it's okay to have a little monkey that steals everything too with you. It's like, you can Frankenstein a soulmate easy and just kind of be like, well, look at this person. I really like them, but you know, they're pretty much a mess, but I want to feel a soulmate. Like, let me make them. Here, do you need a place to live? Like, do you need some of this? What else do you need? Like, here, like, let's Frankenstein you. You know, like, shit, I'm turning you into a soulmate now and you can come in my life. Like, woo, like, okay. And then, you know, it's like, we'll use Aladdin, for example. It's like, oh, he's like, look at this, man. Look at this new TV and fucking look at, hey, and it's like, Abu, like, fucking look at this. Like, you know, like, go get all that shit. And when him or her ain't here, fucking peace with that shit.
Hakuna Matata.
Yeah, this is
crossing bridges here.
This is an interesting week. Ace of Cups reversed. You're really trying to find the ultimate joy and happiness in your life, but there's still something missing. There's still something not truly finished yet. There's a lot of energies. This is showing me that you're not finished with something that you think is a soulmate. You have to clear it up. You have to clear it up. You have to clear also energies that are not just feeling joyous anymore. That there's some sort of really mismatch here. There's a lot of mismatching energy. That doesn't mean there is not matching energies. But Cancer, come on. It's almost like you might be in a matching energy, but then you're like trying to look at outside in yourself at a mismatch and trying to maybe see if it'll bring you more joy. Ooh, that's pretty fucking Scorpio. Like Scorpio 5th house. Ooh, Scorpio 5th house looks around like, ooh, look at that. That's attractive. Would that be better? I don't know, but I'm committed here, so I don't know if I should do that, but I'll fantasize about it. So I like most Cancer women like to watch The Bachelor, you know, and throw Bachelor like viewing parties at their house with all the food and all that shit. Like, ew, like it's okay to imagine. Like, look at him, you know. So this Ace of Cups reversed is definitely saying there's still something missing overall in your love life, but you got to go and see what is it that you're still holding from the past that you need to clear. And what is it in yourself emotionally that you need to clear of why you're feeling some sort of lack? And there's a lot about the big question about soulmates. This is the challenge. And what do we get with this? We got the second house, the value of the soulmate. Like, is it really, you're at a very big crossroads here right now, Cancer, about who you define as a soulmate. Is it a soulmate attached to just by what you have, like a house or physical possessions or, you know, anything that deals with like monetarily? Again, we got another card dealing with this, and this is saying reversed. So this is about the actual value of the emotions that you want to have, the feeling, the joy that you want to have, and it doesn't connect with what's physical. I use this analogy all the time. In relationships, you know, people can try and fix things like when, you know, you move, like we bought a new house, like, or we just bought a new car and it's exciting. We'll go to the pizza place, we'll go to here and that. And then after 3 or 4 weeks, when all that shit runs out and the packaging's already been in the trash in the dumpster and the car's already got shit, you know, spilled in it. And it's just like, you know, you realize that no physical aspects of this life will give you full joy. That you get back down this week to like, uh-oh. Are you gonna keep trying to buy your way through happiness? Or are you gonna try to keep associating your happiness with what have in your life, like what you own, what you guys have together? And also, I think that there's a deep yearning for those that are single to have a soulmate, but are you in a misbalance of like Frankensteining people that you know are not good and leaving emotionally hung? Since that's the word of the day, hung, from that Cancer question. We got Venus and Taurus in the 3rd house. Very easy. There is amazing quality relationships out there, but communication, you need to communicate what you're not feeling valued. You need to also be very smart in what you're doing with your own resources. You also have to be very smart about what you're doing with your own self-worth. Like, better not be connecting to things that are just stimulating. Like, Taurus in the 3rd house, Venus and Taurus is like, hold on a second. Like, I know it's exciting, but like, is it really worth that much money? Like, you know what I mean? Like, is laser tag really worth $22 right now? Like, you know what I mean? Like, Might be fun, but we all know that like at the end of the game, you're like, I was just shooting in the middle of the air, like, you know what I mean? Like kids are running around and shooting me in the back, and what the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Like, As y'all can all tell, I do enjoy laser tag, but not enough to where I'm like gonna go get a season pass to laser tag, you know what I mean?
I had those at-home laser tags growing up. It was pretty badass.
You get Nerf.
No, but then they came out with the ones where, you know, you'd wear the vest.
No, I remember those. I had those too. But I enjoyed fucking Nerf guns better.
Well, yeah, you get to actually shoot something.
You could shoot something with the air, fucking, and super soakers in the summer. Fucking get a Super Soaker 1000, dog.
I believe those were created in Compton, local.
Oh, remember?
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, super soakers, man. Anyway, Cancer, I'm feeling that you need to re-understand this week what is of value and what is going to bring you the ultimate value. And stimulation is part of it, but about stimulation that actually has quality value. And there's a lot of re-examining what's going on. And sorry to say, you have to go deeper and see what's going on below the surface instead of only looking at the surface stuff. The surface stuff ain't gonna work anymore for this week.
Voila.
Voila.
So the Cancers are making it happen.
Capricorns.
Dabs.
Cappies. Capricorn.
Yeah, I'd say these have been some interesting times for all of us out here.
It's been very interesting times for all of us.
In this whole
out
dating
here.
world and not dating world.
I don't know. I mean, yeah, 2019 for you and I has been the dating world life, but we also work a lot and we do a lot of projects. So I couldn't imagine like just dating or trying to define my whole life by what love's gonna be if I didn't have something to do with my life. Like that would be freaking gnarly. Imagine if that was your whole life, like every day, like, oh, who am I dating and who's the next person gonna be, and da 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 da, and I'm just sitting here waiting, and da da da.
It's hard enough just to focus on life in general and just like try to have someone in it that like brings some sort of like positive purpose and situation to you.
Yeah.
With like trying to figure that out like constantly and just, I don't know. I don't like to go on a bunch of dates, so I ain't got time for that shit or the energy, so.
I'm a dater. I don't mind going on dates. I like being.
Not that I don't mind it, but I don't know. I feel like I can tell pretty quick if it's going to be a waste of my time or not.
Yeah, I don't really go into something unless I feel like there's something there. You know? I don't know. I don't even want to open up. It's not Scorpio season yet, fully. I ain't gonna open up my whole fucking Jack in the Box yet.
Yeah. All right. So this Cap gave some kudos on that last Capricorn reading. Was on point. My question is about love and about manifesting love. I've been trying to manifest the person I want to come into my life, but can I have what I'm not, or can we have the life that I actually want together? A lot of things have been changing. Should I stop looking for someone who already has his shit together and just get mine together? Or how would we be equal? How would we be equals in this relationship? It's pretty much manifesting love into your life. I mean, it can be a tricky situation. You ask the universe for something and then, you know, it might not show up exactly how you want. So do you have any advice for manifesting love? And if you don't have necessarily your shit together, can you still bring love in your life in a healthy way and build on that relationship?
Final answer? No. Let's think about this. Capricorn's got all these planets in the first house of identity and getting your shit together for yourself. With this North Node of Cancer, right? Which is in the 7th house of relationships. So this is the polarity of the nodes, and this is where the eclipses have been. And in any relationship, you can always get in a relationship when you don't have your shit together. But if I look at like, I always like to use examples in my life and other people's lives and all my clients' lives. I go, okay, there always comes this point where it's like, once you get your shit together, and let's say in a relationship, you change. And the person you were is not the same anymore. Once you get your shit together, let's say you're in a relationship, but let's say that person stayed the same and now you're a different person. Now you guys are two different fish in a different pond. Like, you went from a koi fish that was like, I need food and help and I'm stuck in this thing, to like, I'm fucking a orca whale, like ready to just fucking to the ocean. It's a whole different feeling. So I always say, get your shit together first. First comes before the seventh. That's why relationships is the seventh house. 7 down the line. 7 down the line. You got to have your shit together first as far as your identity of who you are. You have to have your resources, your abilities, your talents, your skills. You have to have a way to express that, a way to understand that, a way to communicate that. You need to be emotionally sound. You need to have a home. You need to have an ability to know how to take care of yourself. You need to have love in yourself. You need to know how to love, be happy, be positive, be creative. Then you need to have a reality. Like, what is that reality? What are you doing with your creativity? What are you doing with all those things that you built? And then once you have your reality, your life together and everything, then it's time to go find a relationship. Because if you don't have any of that shit, and if there's a hole in any one of those 6, when you get in a relationship, there's always going to be something missing in all your relationship stuff about, well, I don't have my self-worth because I haven't really learned how to be abundant yet in knowing my value of myself. Or, oh, I don't know how to communicate because I missed that whole part about learning how to express my talents and skills and show people and talk about it and be able to feel confident in that by speaking about it. Or if you especially don't have the first house, then you're basically like a blank sheet of paper and the relationship is defining who you are. And you know what? I don't like it when anybody gets on a whiteboard per se or on a sheet of paper and starts writing on it everything. And you're like, I don't like that handwriting. I don't like that ink color. And then that's when your first house starts coming in. Like, hold on, I like, calligraphy, or I like this font, or,
spray paint.
You know what I mean?
Maybe someone likes spray paint.
Yeah, exactly. Like, spray paint's kind of cool. It depends fucking on the day, I guess, of the week. But I'm not like, I like,
Or chalk. Like a chalkboard on the wall.
Well, this is a good example because when I was in high school, we used to draw, and I've always drawn it on Deep Astrology, my sheep. We used to go into class, my brother and I, and we'd take the markers and we'd fucking draw a huge sheep, but it looks like a big hung dong. And put it, and we draw a big penis, but it was a sheep, so we got away with it right before the teacher would come in. So I had 110 detentions in my senior year. All right. And then the answer to that question, and this goes for all people, and especially Capricorns, is, would you like it if somebody was drawing a big old dong on your fucking, like, classroom whiteboard or chalkboard before all the kids came in and make you look like an idiot? No, you would not be happy. Capricorns, King of Pentacles upright. This is where you need to find your own manifestation and know how to create your own abundance, your own things, and you need to come into your own value and your own worth, because this is a time for you where you need to know, are you in yourself and in a relationship or picking partners where you're fully feeling in your abundance? Or does it feel like that, oh, they have the abundance, I don't, or they have their shit together, I don't? This is very interesting, this question came up. King of Pentacles, though, is telling all Cappies, yo, this is a time for you to deal with your power, your abilities to manifest, and knowing how to create abundance within yourself, but also knowing how to value check and be like, is this giving me the best? Is this giving me the most amazing aspects of a relationship that I want? So this is a big check. Like, go to Target, take your partner or take the person you're thinking and go under that scanner and go beep. And does it pop up the number that you know you're worth? If it says, on sale, 99 cents, open box, what are you doing? You have to actually also physically, and this might be a little hard to hear, Capricorn, if it's not physically your attractive match, you're not going to be happy. Because one thing about Capricorn is it rules. It rules.
We're getting crackles again. Hold on. Be back in 1 second, everybody.
Still?
No, it just stopped.
Oh, I got it on the floor. Maybe that'll help.
Nope, still all fucked up. What the hell, Bobby? 1 second. Friends and family, 1 second. You know, sometimes the airwaves, they just get a little jammed up with all these frequencies that we have floating around right now, and they put a little halt to the show, but it's okay. We appreciate y'all hanging out with us on this beautiful Monday evening, wherever you may be in this lovely, lovely, lovely world that we are living in. It's actually my birthday on Saturday. So we got to manifest a nice pulling of the cards for myself. I think we're ready, rock.
All right. You know what? People don't believe in 5G. Like, go start. Frequencies are a big deal, all right? They really happen. Where are we at? We're on Capricorn's reading. So, King of Pentacles, physical aspects, your own self-worth, price scan that mother. You know what? The challenge with this is the emotion, water. I really am feeling that the emotional challenges are you're not feeling the value or the quality or that you're in a supreme place of feeling. You know, if you're single and you're not dating anybody, of course, you're not going to feel empowered in your self-worth if you're not feeling emotion. So there's one big thing for single Capricorns not dating. I know a lot of single Capricorns not dating. Two, there's this other aspect of Capricorns right now having to realize that, you know, if it's not emotionally there, and you're not fully emotionally there, it's because, like, maybe one, you are trying to have something because of its physicality. So actually this could be a flip. Maybe you're only liking it because this person's pretty or they're a good, like, you know, prop for you to carry around to make your status better or something. But on the other flip is that maybe you're emotionally not satisfied with what you have, or you don't feel the value, or you don't feel empowered in yourself. You almost feel a little disempowered, or you don't feel like it's really emotionally as physically great as you think that it is. Or you're sharing different emotional values about life. There's a lot of that going on. Like, oh, the emotional values aren't there. And especially with the astrology this week, all this Scorpio stuff has to deal with you and your 11th house. Is this person taking you to the right place in life? Do you feel like you even want to take this place out in public and show them around and talk? Like, do you want to really carry this person arm in arm around with you everywhere you want to go? Are they in the right circles? Are they in the right, like, energy? You did pull the 8 of Pentacles reversed. So there is something to say that there's something about Capricorn's relationships this week that, and especially right now, it's like something hasn't been mastered. It's like it constantly feels like something's not able to just turn out a relationship that works constantly. If you're single, it's like you keep picking partners that are not similar. It's almost like you're trying too many different kinds. You haven't found your rhythm. There's something about no rhythm. Like, the rhythm is off. There's a bad rhythm going on. And there's no results being created that feel abundant right now. And I feel like this has been going on for a long time, astrologically, just speaking to Caps. But I think that Capricorns also are at a space. And you know what's interesting is just even in the royal news, right? So, like, Prince Henry came out that Prince William and him aren't getting along. And, you know, William is married to Kate, who's a Capricorn. Could it be, you know, Meghan Markle and Kate ain't getting along, and maybe William's like dealing as a Cancer with this Capricorn? That's like, And maybe she's also maybe not liking William, so William's pissed, and maybe William's jealous of Meghan Markle, or I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff I'm channeling in that place. But this is where you got to really start to pay attention to, where is like the rhythm off, where is stuff not really, one thing about the Eight of Pentacles is like, that guy's mastered how to make a pentacle. Like he can turn out, he's like a machine. And there's something where this thing is like a machine that like spits out a different color, or it's like everything's always off, or it's like, when you have a printer and it's low on ink and it's like, gosh darn it, like this printer's not printing anything and I need these papers now. There's something about relationships right now. You need to really, and if you're single, like, it's like you're spitting out the same emotion that you don't want to feel. You're spitting out your own self-worth issues you don't want to. And right now, this is a big, weird check on who you're dating and what you're going through, or what your relationship's like, and why you can't get a rhythm going. And a lot of this has to do with the Saturn return. You need to grow up. And you know what? Telling a Capricorn to grow up is like telling a Leo to have fun, right? Like, we don't like to hear that. Like, what do you mean? We know how to have fun. Well, trust me, sometimes I cannot be a fun person. So, Saturn return card, and this is with age too. Like this is you having to grow up. You also having to realize like you need to make some tougher choices in your life and put your emotions more first, and actually like listen to your emotions. It's almost like you're not listening to the emotions about the quality, the physicality, and what you feel that you deserve. And there's something also about growing up and learning how to master and find a way to actually find a routine and a rhythm that actually is going to manifest and create a relationship you want, because it feels very, all over the place, or it doesn't feel like it's actually going anywhere right now, or it feels like there's a lot of miss and there's a lot of things that need to be dealt with, and it's not going to be fun. Saturn return card is never fun. I mean, it is fun on the backside of a Saturn return. On the backside of Saturn return is like, all right, I did the work and I'm ready to be an adult, and yeah, I'm moving into a huge phase of my life. You're about to move into a huge phase, but you have to make big choices here and see if the emotions are really there, see if you have the ability to manifest what you want, and see why there is there's something off. You did pull the moon in Cancer in the, 8th house. Okay, so yeah, there is some deep emotions that need to come out. You're hiding something, or what your partner's hiding emotions, or you are pulling out, you are hiding into a deep space emotionally. Also, Cancer is your 7th house in the moon here. And with 8th house, like, are you fully committed emotionally to this relationship, or do you keep feeling like you want to pull out a little bit, and you're kind of hesitant to do that? There's no such thing as being committed fully emotionally if you have those. So this is where, are you fully in, or are you fully out? Your questions about this is the sign that you need to realize there's something off that needs to be fixed. Or you need to make a decision and you make a choice for a betterment in your life. And Capricorns, of anybody, out of all the signs, need to be ready for 2020. It's freaking Capricorn. So, of course, going into this, do you really want to look over next to you for the rest of your life? This is a Saturn-Pluto conjunction in Capricorn. It will feel the rest of our lives, the choices we make in the directions we go. And so, really pay attention to this time right now. This is a week not to let this Scorpio energy of revealing the world you can have, and especially oppose Uranus, which is in your love house. Are you really sure that you have the love that you want to have and the world at the same time? If they're not clicking, guess what? You might have love, but you might not be in the world you want. Or you might have the world you want, but you might not be in love. You need to have both.
Don't fade away, Cap.
Yeah.
Don't fall back into those past tendencies of allowing yourself to get fucked.
That was a weird one.
It was a little weird, but it was good. It was a little cryptic. Dropping some tidbits.
Dropping some tidbits. Taurus is next.
Taurus, eh?
Taurus, eh? Taurus, eh?
All right.
Taurus rising and Taurus moons. I do like having
Well,
Taurus.
Caps, I mean, it sounds like they got their hands full.
Yeah. I would say more than their hands full. I would say it's more like, do they really want to have the best life or not? And are they really, do they know how to be a true Capricorn? One of my favorite lines from the movie Used Cars, when he goes, he gets in a really weird, bad situation, Kurt Russell, and the guy looks at him and goes, what? And he wants to be a senator, Kurt Russell, and he's like, I can't do this to her, da, 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 da. And he's like, what would a senator do? And he goes, well, if I'm going to be a senator, I guess I got to do this, you know?
Senator would do whatever the hell they want and then dump the body and ask questions later.
Pretty much.
So
Capricorns do the same shit.
Is there a reason, this is a Taurus question, is there a reason that Tauruses would be feeling like they're in a big standstill? Even though they're maybe doing the energetic work to keep progressing forward in life when it comes to business and love and personal and all sorts of relationships, but is there something that's holding Tauruses back right now?
I think for weeks we've been saying, Taurus, get in there, get in the game, get in the game. I think a lot of this has been the PTSD from the last decade of, you know, Uranus and Aries that pulled them out of like complete reality itself. Like, where the hell did Tauruses kind of went out to space? And they just got back and they're like, I forgot about Earth, and do I trust everybody? Because there's that whole Neptune and Pisces thing, and it's in retrograde. And I think that, you know, when it comes to trust, and they have Jupiter in the 8th house still, Sag, this is a trust thing. This is also about learning to open up. Like, open up the doors, like allow it to come fully in. It's intimacy stuff that Tauruses are dealing with. So there's a lot about intimacy. There's a lot about, you know, also maybe understanding that intuitively, like picking up on where people are at instead of like forcing on how you want people to be. So this isn't stagnation. This is how much you're not opening the door fully to what is received. Also, being a Taurus is kind of like, yeah, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough, not good enough, right? Like, okay, like this isn't quality enough, this isn't what I want, or this isn't the depth I want, or whatever, but this is a Mercury retrograde coming in your 7th house. You have to rethink your whole ideas of relationships. Venus is here, we got the sun coming here, so this is a big week for Tauruses in relationships, especially about, are you ready to open up? Are you ready to have, are you ready for a relationship? Like, you have to be just even prepared. Like, it's not just so much about like, do you have your shit together and all that, but it's like just in yourself. Like, is it even something that you want? Have you defined the kind of relationship that you want? Because that's how you're able to receive, is once it's defined. Like, it's pretty easy to receive what you want in life when you put it out there. Like, it's like, hey, I want people to go live and watch Deep Love Tarot when I post it on Instagram and Facebook. That's what I want to receive, and people show up. Right now there is 857 people in here. Great. It's pretty simple. Are you ready to define what you want and just have it show up? Pretty clear. Taurus got 2 swords reversed. Look at this. I don't know why it's stagnant. Well, you don't make a choice. You sit on the fence on choices right now more than ever. And you're actually not blind, but you're putting yourself in pretending that you're blind or pretending that you don't know. You know what you want. I think that there's a fear around making choices. There's a fear about making, you know, crossroads in life. Like, relationships create a whole new reality as far as like, that's a major crossroad change in your life. When you actually even go in your life and you look back at your life, it's always like, that's when I entered that relationship. You know, like there's something about being afraid of actually making a choice. There's a fear about it, and you're actually projecting the whole idea that you don't know when you know. Like, you're acting like you don't know, but you know. You're just afraid to make the choice. There's a lot of, this card always has to deal with like, you put more circumstances out there mentally and projecting wise of why you can't make a choice, when the truth is that you're just afraid to make the choice. If it's upright, it's like, okay, you're in a blind space, you don't really know, and you do have to make a hard choice at a crossroads, and you're in a confusing space, and you have to follow the moon and the intuition. But look at this, it's reversed. Like, it's like, come on now. You know emotionally what's going on. Look at that. New life as your challenge. You're afraid of a new life. I mean, I'm literally just saying that. You're afraid of a major new crossroad in your life. So of course, stagnation is not so much about what isn't showing up and all that, because inside you're afraid of that actually showing up. That's the work you need to do this week, Taurus. Like, be like, hey, I know that's going to be an intense thing. I'm going to have to trust. I'm going to have to open up all my secrets. Tauruses hate opening up secrets because that's the 7th house. That's what they have to do. It's like, oh gosh, this person's going to know that I do this. This person's got to know that I'm a Taurus and I like things nice, so I wipe my butt with like, you know.
It is liberating though to tell people some truths about yourself.
Yeah, but you know, with being a Taurus, I think it's difficult because with 7th house, like they need to feel like that person's in full trust. Like, you know, it's kind of like how far down the line you go till you fart in front of somebody, right?
I mean, sometimes people fart in their sleep.
And I think some people put in the chat, like, I've never farted in front of my person ever. It's like, wow, like that must suck. You know? Like, when do you start like exposing
it's
yourself
a natural
for truth?
thing. I mean, some people get open very quickly and do all that fun stuff.
Well, it's like, gosh, how, like, you know, one thing, and it's just like you know what, people like to talk about health. For me, I think it's unhealthy to just sit there and hold in a big old fucking fart.
Well, I mean, it's just kind of regardless. I mean, you should go and step outside. No one wants to fucking smell that shit.
Yeah, but you know, it looks awkward. Like, hold on,
I mean, I'd rather someone go and walk outside than just fucking rip some ass right next to me. But that's just me.
Yeah, I know. Well, you're a Scorpio. I'm the same way. I'm a Leo. Like,
I just ain't trying to smell it. I really don't give a fuck that they farted, but I'm not trying to get that all up in my nasal cavity.
Like, hey, I'll light up a smoke if you don't like the smell of that.
In a perfect world, my brother.
So I think this is about just the transition of a new life, a new reality, and the fears that Tauruses are having about that and what that might look like. 4 of Pentacles, reversed. Reverserized. I think a lot of this is like, you're kind of in a space where you don't know. I think you want, this is very Uranian Taurus right now. Like, you almost kind of want your independence. You're afraid of like committing. You're afraid of actually having. And you're in a space where you're really not sure of exactly what you want because of this whole knowing that whatever the change might be too extreme for you right now. And so you need to get to the bottom of what you really want. And if you're in a partnership, you know, this is where, you know, there's something about needing to start things from a fresh and new, but you don't know how that'll be, or you don't want to screw something up, but you're already at a place where you need to find something better in the relationship or find something new. Like, what was it once valued, once when you thought you understood things, you know, like, why are you afraid to try something new? Why are you afraid to try a better spot in life or be valued in a different way or value your partner different? Like, this is not a bad reading. This is just the fear of new. This is just the fear of change. This is just the fear of not knowing exactly how it will all turn out because you don't even really know kind of what you really want. But I think that deeper inside that you actually do with that 2 of Swords reversed. I think you do, but I don't think you're ready to actually do it. So there becomes this, I don't know what it is. Well, go to the beginning. What is it about a new shift that you're afraid of? Get over that fear and you'll start to understand a deeper understanding of what you really want. You did pull the Grand Trine of Blessings. You have blessings once you actually start a new life. Pretty clear, pretty simple. Grand Trines are awesome in astrology. They freaking are coming together in the same elements and creating an amazing pyramid, triangle, however you want to look at it. It's amazing. This is a time in your life where you can have what you really want in your life. There's major blessings that come on Grand Trines. And all you have to do is start a new life. All you have to do is be willing to not let that be the challenge anymore in your life.
Easy.
I know. Third house,
breezy.
Mars in Libra. So Mars in 3rd house, you need to not be afraid to go explore the stimulation, the curiosity of relationships. You also have to not be afraid to kind of speak for what you want and communicate what you want and say what you want, but do it in a harmonious way. But Mars in Libra is at detriment. So it's like there's a little bit of hesitation about the curiosity. There's a little bit of hesitation about exactly what to say. That's okay, but just keep nudging yourself forward. Sometimes also if somebody's trying to nudge you forward into something, like let them nudge you in, and then if it's not what you feel, at least you win. But like don't if somebody's trying to kind of nudge you on a date this week or something, like a little bit and push you, like maybe it's okay, like get a little curiosity, be like, well, I'm willing to maybe have coffee, or maybe, you know what I mean? Like, don't be afraid, like go a little bit. Or if you're in your relationship and some uncomfortable conversations come up or they're pushing you into them, like go into them. Don't be afraid to speak your truth and speak from that so you can find inequality, so you can find a renegotiation on things, so you can find also an understanding of what's going on.
Oh, yes, that bullshit lack of communication. Never fall into that trap.
Yeah, don't fall in that trap.
Speak your mind as those thoughts come up. It makes it a lot easier, mate.
We got Libras.
Speak of the devils.
It's their final birthday time right now.
Happy final birthday, Libras.
Yes.
I'm ready for your season to be over.
Birthday. We got a lot of people in the room. We got a late night show going. Yo. About to break 900 peeps. What up? Well, you get the question for Libra as I'm reading the chat. I know Cory Booker is a douchebag. That is for sure. Wow, somebody wrote that. I don't know if he's
just a man running on his beliefs.
I've never
Ain't
actually,
nothing wrong
I'll
with
be
that.
honest with you. I don't think he's a douche. Like,
At least he's speaking his truth, or some portion of it.
I don't know. I just think I think Cory Booker's just kind of more trying to say what he thinks people want to hear. I'd call him more of like a, I want to make everybody happy kind of, like, let me say the right thing kind of thing. And I don't think that's a douche. Like, I think a douche is somebody who's like I'm going to say fucking what somebody doesn't want me to hear. I guess, you know what, I can consider myself a douchebag sometimes because I fucking trigger people and I like to trigger people sometimes. So, a lot. So,
Hey, you are what you eat.
don't be calling Cory Booker a douchebag. You should be calling Leo King a douchebag. You know what I mean? like I could be a douchebag. They're gonna be like, "Hey, I'm calling you out." Like da da da. That fool does not know how to call people out until everybody else is kind of calling it out, and then he shows up. You know, like that guy doesn't know how to start a trigger, doesn't know how to start a revolution, or doesn't know how to start he's just not like a. I don't know what sign Cory Booker is actually. I haven't looked at his chart.
So I've got a Libra statement / question.
Okay, statement question.
I'm thinking they're from the Bay Area because
say
I'm a
that.
Libra having a hella hard time letting go of the past and past love. Is there anybody else struggling with this? That's the direct question there. Any Libras? I mean, I battle that shit every damn day, unfortunately. But I know David would scream to me to stop replaying the past. But I want the past back. I want my old love back.
So is this where I become the douchebag now? No, I'm just kidding.
This is your time to shine, my brother.
No, I'm going to say this. I understand, yeah, don't go in the past, whatever. But this is a Libra thing. Is their 12th house is Virgo. So when something worked at one point, they focus on just that. And when something's not working in their life now, they go backwards. Like, well, it worked in this, so I wish it could go backwards into that. What? Do you remember how it then broke? Always remember how it broke, not how it worked. If it worked, it would still be in your life. If it broke, it broke. Like, I cannot tell you how many like glasses in your life have you broke, like, or how many sunglasses have you broke, or how many, I can't even tell you. I can't even remember how each one broke, right? Like, because I just move on. Like okay, that didn't work out. Like, I know human and emotions different, and Libras have trouble letting go of all relationships. Aries, you define yourself through people. So it's like, you're like wanting to wear that meat suit of that person. It's a little bit creepy. It's like, come on, like, and it's like, you apply the lotion to your skin, like you're gonna turn into that dude and Silence of the Lambs and have all your old relationships of like all of them, the skin that you want to wear, and be like, ooh, I'm gonna apply more lotion on that skin. Let me put that on again. Ah.
The woman who asked the question is live watching right now, so you could speak directly to her.
Hey, was that Leatherface? No, that was in Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I think. Which there's a little bit of Leatherface there with Libras. And when Libras don't get what they want, Fucking, you know, I will take you down. I will, you know, like, well, Aries, right, is their 7th house. But yeah, it's like identification through, you're not happy with your own identity right now. So I'm speaking directly to you. You're afraid of, you don't like your identity now. Sorry. And we haven't been in a relationship, so you can't wear my meat. Like, I'm not gonna pull my skin off and put it on you. You know what I mean? And maybe your ex doesn't wanna do that either. You know what I mean? Like, maybe he doesn't, or yeah, if it's a woman, I don't know. Maybe he doesn't wanna like take a razor blade to this and be like, here you go, wear it, you know? Libras, 10 of Pentacles upright. Libras, this week you were looking for your home. You were looking for where it feels like everybody is together and everybody's got this nurturing and everybody's got this castle that feels like everyone's together. I think that this is about finding a place of security and feeling that it's more than just security, but it's security that has a lot of benefits and has a lot of aspects. So in relationships, you're looking for, you know, like a total home, like a total place where, you know, you're like, I can put my jacket up here and I will not be afraid that I have to put it in a U-Haul box and call you bail in the morning. That's a joke from my dad. My dad always, when he moved out, you know, of a place, he'd be like, yeah, I'm calling the U-Bail. I'm like, Dad. And then I'd have my brother and I'd be like, the never-ending move never ends, never ends. That's from Never Ending Story. But anyway, you're looking, and there's a little bit of that, Libra. Like, you're really looking for a home. You're really looking for a relationship that you can be nurtured and feel good in and feel together in. And there's something that, you know, that could definitely come into your life this week. But I think that a lot of that starts with, like, are you even ready for that? Are you willing to put, there's a lot of work that it comes to having a castle emotionally in a relationship. Like, you know, there's work. You have to be willing to put in the pentacles. You have to also be willing to kind of like, it also rules family seals, right? Like the 10th pentacle card. Like, there's something about it being like, you know, like the royal family seal, like your royal insignia. Like, there's a lot that goes behind like the genealogy of a name, like in a location. Like, that's why there's like castles named after families, right? Like there's something about like this week, it's like you want to be part of something. You want to be part of something that's really big in a relationship that makes you feel like you're involved. You're wanted. You're part of the crew. You're part of this something bigger than your own self. But the challenge with that is the divine masculine card. So that you're afraid to define yourself through your own individual space in yourself, your own power to take the life that you want to create. You almost feel like you need others and you need like something that's higher than you or that has something that you don't have to create the life that you want this week. It could be as simple as like money, like, oh, well, I want my partner to help me with money, or I want somebody to come in my life that's going to give me more love. You know what I mean? Like,
I'd be down for some more love in my life.
I know, but I feel that it's like, this is a big lesson about learning that you have the divine masculine power to embody and hold what you can create, Libra, and it's like there's something about you feeling that you're not empowered unless some sort of like higher authority group or family, or, you know, this is also trying to get approval from other people, like that are of higher up, like lords, or, you know, like a group of people that you think would be worth it if they saw a picture of you, like in a love relationship. Or this is where you know, are you really playing your cards based off like, to me, this is a little bit social media, like how people like are obsessed with followers, right? Like, but with relationship, it's like, I want people to see that I am a good person because I'm in a relationship, or just like, my friend just got married, so I'm with someone, so maybe I should too. Like, it's kind of like, what? Like, this is about learning to define your own life and how it is and be empowered by yourself, like of what you have and what you're at now. and wherever your relationship's at. You don't need to make some radical change to find this home, like, or to find this togetherness. It's already there. It's just about whether you own it or not now. And if it's not there, then it's because it's not it either. And overall, interesting that you got the outcome of this is this 9 of Cups reversed, which means if you do try to go to this place and do try to create a home, there's still going to be something missing. So it's, I kept feeling this intuitively, and especially with the sun coming in your second house. Like, you want to have things, but it's like, is it of true value and true worth it? One thing that complicate Libras is they get involved with a lot of relationships and a lot of people, and then they go, I want to have this, I want to have this. And then they're not ready to deal with the truth. They're not ready to deal with all that comes with what they have. And then when things don't go the way they want to, then they freak out, and then they become like, you know, spinning fucking out, you know, like, I don't want to deal with that. It's like, you chose that you wanted to go through. There's some sort of insatisfaction or taking, you know, one thing about this is a gluttonous card, right? Like gluttony, like overdoing it, over excessive, over trying to feel good. This is a week where you're trying to force feeling good. And this goes to that woman's question. Like, she's just trying to go backwards to feel good. So it's like forcing it. Like, are you sending naked pics and texts to the ex? Like, trying to do whatever you can? Are you overindulging? And also this could be alcohol, drugs too. Like, are you like trying to, you know, feel better by escaping and maybe, or finding a quickie with the relationship that'll just be like, oh, this will fulfill me now, make me feel like I got some sort of home, even though it's in a Motel 6 right now. Like, what? You gotta look around at your surroundings this week. And you need to make sure that you're just like divinely in your power and not looking for power outside of yourself right now. Especially in love. If you're trying to find your power through love of a relationship right now, bad news. It'll become gluttonous, it'll become even extremely lustful but not fulfilling, or it will, there's something about just overcompensation. And also, I'm gonna flip this. This could also be where your challenge is that you are trying to control a relationship so much and be your own divine self so much to where you can't create a foundation in a home, and that's leaving you empty. Like, you don't know how to define yourself in a space of what other people have to all get along in that castle, not just your own way. And you got the Leo card as what you need to pay attention to, which is the willpower of yourself, loving yourself. This is a lot about learning how to love yourself, but this is about learning to love in all manners and all forms, and to create harmony and balance and happiness with all people, and to be happy in a place of pure happiness, not forced happiness. And knowing how to make others happy is by making sure that the will of yours is in the same of the will of those other people. And also, like, not trying to force your will onto other people. Because that challenge with that divine masculine can force that will of the Leo, like, I want you, you need to be this way, it won't work, or third house, Neptune, Cancer. Yeah, so this is a lot of emotional emotional fantasies that are not clear. Also, this is communication, like lost communication, forgetting emotional communication, lost in your head, creating your own stories, you know, creating your own emotional stories, creating your own, you know, lack of emotion in your head because you don't see data, but the data actually shows it's there. So this could really kind of be like communication you need to watch this week, Libra, about making sure that you're filtering your emotions, like the communication of your emotions. You need to filter them from a beautiful conscious view and not some sort of unconscious thing or even manipulative aspect or, you know, shading things a certain way. Also, if you're looking for communication back to you, you can't take a text message of somebody responding back to you like as like hi as, oh my God, they want to be back with me. Oh my God, yes, I feel it all. Like they texted me back, hi. Oh my God, you know? But at the same time, this is where you could, like, maybe need to look in the past and what you've communicated. And if you're wondering in your head, like, why the emotion in a relationship has gone to a weird and drifty direction, maybe look at what you said. Maybe look at what you wrote. Maybe look at how you've been communicating. And maybe was that emotionally true, or was this all like more subconscious emotions thrown, projections?
Damn, just dropping it. That was a good one, my friend.
Thank you.
Kudos to you.
All right.
Just rolling along.
We got Leo.
Hey, look at that.
And I think this is an appropriate time to throw
It would be.
the 2020.
It would be, except, transcoding is,
Oh, it's still going?
it's taking a little bit, so we'll just keep on going.
No problem. No problems. Do we have any Leo questions? Any Leo questions? Leo, give me some Leo questions. Give me some of that. Leos, I'm just gonna say, we're about to come into Scorpio. Like, just be prepared. This is an emotional time for Leos. Scorpio is very emotional. This is where the kings and the queens all go deep into the dungeon and kind of deal with like their personal lives before they come back out in Sag and go la da da da. So just get ready to go deep into the underworld and go to some deep personal life. You got to deal with some personal shit.
So what does that mean for me then, being a Scorpio double Leo? What the hell, dude?
You have to go to the underworld of your own identity and what emotionally is
That's where I
blocking
fucking reside all damn day.
person that you want to become. But you have a sun in the third house.
I'm over this bullshit.
This is about like you recreating your identity off what you're going to communicate, and you're about to start a podcast.
That is
So you're
true.
going deeper into yourself of what you want to bring out.
Deep.
Deep. That's fucking deep, bro. No Leo questions?
Oh, no, I've been searching. Oh, let's see. We got one with the Scorpio rising over here. We got to give a little love to the Scorpio risings.
Oh, it's a Leo with the Scorpio rising?
Leo, Scorpio rising.
No, I know a lot of Leo Scorpio risings.
Do you?
Uh-huh.
I'm on two with those Scorpio risings. They're tricky individuals. When you refer to new love relationships, like how new do you mean? I've started dating someone special in May 2019. Taking things slow but ready to move forward. It's not really progressing. I don't date more than one person at once. Should they stay this course and be patient to move forward with this individual, or maybe start looking for something new?
Oh, man. I need to drop a bomb right now, right? Very easy. Leos, that you're still not in a relationship. So that is like dating. And if you say you don't date you only date one prince or princess at a time, like why do you think Gemini is the 11th house for Leo risings and Leos? Like, hello, you have a royal court. Like, there's better people on the royal court if somebody's not showing up fully. If somebody's not showing up fully, go to the royal court. If I could be like, hey, who wants to be the fucking queen or king up in this motherfucker? You know what I mean? And like, you will see a whole lot of fucking people be like, hey, I'm here. They'll line up for you. If it's not going anywhere and you're doing the whole, no, I only will date one person at a time, but you're not in a relationship, or you haven't defined like, hey, let's just focus on each other right now because it's really good. That's different. If you're saying that, then it's like, fuck yeah, because there's definitely love there and there's excitement and there's like, wow. But if it's like, fucking, there's none of that and you're like, it's like stagnant and all that shit, like, burp the bird, call the royal court. The king or the queen is ready for somebody to keep going. And that might get that person fucking going, but they might be too damn late. Don't ever, as a Leo, ever, especially with Aquarius as the 7th house ruler, don't ever cock block or block yourself from other people coming in, because that somebody's not fully connecting. You would be a queen or a king that's going to always have an empty chair next to you. Empty chair on the throne. Oh my gosh. It's like, I wonder what they're doing today. I'm going to sit in my castle and I'm just going to I guess, wait for somebody, wait for this person to come. Leos do not, this is just not where Leos do well. Is when somebody is like shading them and not showing up. No. Goodbye. Okay, where's the next one? That's just some fucking truth.
I'm the king of the castle, king of the castle.
Yes. All right, Leos, let's see this read for Leos this week. The Hanged Man. Look at how she said stagnant. So, Leos, you need to pay attention to who this is keeping you in a hanged position. Who is not showing up fully? Who's blocking? Who's trying to keep you kind of in a place in between? Who's not showing up? So random. I mean, the universe just blows my mind, synchronicity-wise. Like, if somebody's not showing up and keeping you stuck, sure, you're learning a lot about things. That's one beautiful thing about the Hangman, is that in a stop spot, you can start to see things. But I think that you're starting to see things about how people are. Like, and if somebody's not ready to move the goalpost forward, then, you know, we're going to see in this challenge card, but you got to remember with Loved and Hangman, like, that is not emotional connection, and we're in Scorpio, and without that, as a Leo, you have no passion. So this could be a week where if you stay in a position and nobody wants to show up fully, and they want to kind of keep you kind of hung to the side, and they're treating you like that, and they're kind of keeping you as like let me throw you on the back burner for a second. I'm not going to really show up and be fully there, because as a Leo, you need somebody who's fully there. Like, there's no other way. It just doesn't work out. Like, there's no like, yeah, like, you know, unless you're like looking for somebody to just like be on the side and be the side, you know, dish. But if somebody's kind of keeping you on the side, like maybe that's not like in alignment with you, you know, because you do not want to be stuck. This is a week where if you just stay stuck on something and it's not moving and they're not moving on it, or you're stuck, like you're afraid, or maybe it's not what you want. It's trying to teach you like, back out of this situation. Like, and this could be frustrating because you might like somebody a lot, but if they're not showing up, you have to realize that once you cut yourself off, that fucking being hung, guess what? So much about being hung this week. Oh my gosh. If you cut yourself off that noose, there's something that finally it's like you get up and you're like, okay, I'm free. I can move about the cabin again. Nothing worse than having to take a pee on an airplane and can't move. Like, no, sir, sit down. You need to stay. It's like, okay, you want me to piss my... Anybody got a fucking Depends up in here? Like, that's what you're going to do, is just keep pissing in your pants instead of going to the bathroom. And the truth card, the challenge. So this hung position is somebody's not revealing the truth to you. Not revealing everything to you. Keeping you to the side, afraid to speak the truth. And this is, I think, what you're going to pick up intuitively from being hung and being able to see. One thing about the Hangman is when you are stuck, you're able to see exactly what's going on. In this case, truth. And when this is the challenge position, it's like there's some sort of truth not being told. There's something like not really all there. So if there's something that feels deceptive, or it just feels like somebody can't be fully honest and open with you and they're not willing to, and you feel stuck, like, that is a major challenge, and that is not going to be good for you in love this week. This is you going to be starting to see, and especially you got to remember that Leos are extremely psychic emotionally because they got Scorpio as their fourth house. So like that's what a king needs and a queen needs, right? Like you need to emotionally know when like, hey, I feel like that person we just got here at the castle, he keeps like he always looks around the corner and here in the royal court, like he's not part of the royal court, but I always see him with his eyes. I know, go send the guards on him. You know what I mean? Then you go send the guards on him and guess what? Fucking the guy had he was stealing all the bread. You know what I mean? He was like ready to jack your crown. You know, you're like, what? See, I knew it. I felt it. You know, like there's something about Leos we just know. We just know. Why do you think we're the pride where you go out and we hunt? You know, we're hunters because we have an intuition where we can feel like When we get low as felines, we're felines. You got to remember that. Like, we see through it all. Why do you think all the pharaohs had cats? Because cats go, I can see through all this shit. Surprised you didn't in and out yourself on that one, like that 1 week. Three of Cups reversed. So if you do not, okay, this is gonna end out really bad if you stay in something and you're not getting the truth and you still stay. It is not gonna be joyous by the end of this week or the final outcome of this. It will not be the excitement that you want. It will not be joy, and you'll be actually very unhappy. You will not feel connection. But if somebody is willing to reveal the truth and speak about why they're keeping you on the side from their honest truth, not like a story, because truth is not stories, truth is just truth. And so this is about, if you can get to the bottom of something this week, then you know what? At least you can be joyful and know what that is. And you have to make a choice on whether you want to continue with that joy in that space or think joy is there or not. But there is, with the Three of Cups reversed, like a party that doesn't turn out well, or a gathering that doesn't turn out well. And being just kind of stuck on the side right now is not a place to be. And it will end out really bad if you continue in that space. And the Jupiter return benefits is when you live with your truth and when somebody gives the truth. So if somebody's revealing the truth to you finally, then there'll be good benefits, and especially the Jupiter's in the 5th house of Sag right now. So there's a lot of benefits right now with truth. But if that truth can't come out, you will not receive benefits. Then you're gonna have to do the truth and just being like, I'm hung and I'm not having a good time. And by cutting that out and moving on, you'll have the most amazing love start to show up in your life.
Hell yeah, brother.
Scorpio, 1st house, North Node. Oh man, you have to get to the truth of what you know the truth, and you need to get to the very bottom of that truth, and you need to identify what it is. That you are gonna go all the way in and get to understanding what's there and what's not, so you are not stuck this week. And whatever you find there, you find there. Don't get stuck in holding South Node in the 7th in Taurus. Don't just start holding the beautiful identification of what you think, well, it looks good. I'm gonna keep it fair. I'm gonna be easygoing. No, you need to be Scorpio, 1st house, to get to the bottom of this motherfucker. There's something that's just not, there's some shade going down. Sucks.
It's true. It does. Hands in the air. It's true.
There's some shade. And you know what? You know how we do it? These cards, it's not like they're preset. I even don't know when I'm going to pick a fucking sun sign. Like.
We ain't got shadow figures just telling us what to pick. This is real life.
We got Geminis now.
Oh shit, Geminis.
Speaking of shadies, no, I'm kidding.
Damn.
So many astro memes now. It's like all of them are like with Geminis, like so bad. I'm always like, man, to be a Gemini in this age of astro memes is like they get rousted hard, like fucking hard, as being shady.
Do you agree with that?
Well, their 8th house is Capricorn, so they are very good at like presenting, like everything's all good. Like they can put a really good presentation of shade to where you almost like believe it. Like, oh, and it looks like if they're of integrity too with their shade. Like, yeah, I'm of integrity, like, and then when you go behind there, it's like, what? This thing's a facade. That's how Geminis are the great trickster. They got Capricorn, the devil, as their 8th house. The 8th house is the dark side. So they have the devil on the dark side in Capricorn. That's what the trickster is. And Saturn's there with the South Node and Pluto. So for the first time in 800 years, with Jupiter and Saturn and Pluto, not South Node.
Hello, this is David speaking. How may I help you? We got
Anyway, I was going to say with that, in 800 years, Geminis are being revealed for all their truth. Like,
so 800 years, they're good?
Well, no, I'm just saying that after 800 years, we're finally seeing 800 years of Gemini evolution to, we all know you trickster, we can see through your tricks. Don't try to tricks on any sign anymore.
You done
and
fucked up,
irony
Gemini.
that the astro memes are calling them out all the time. And then Gemini's like, I'm not like that. What are you talking about? Da, da, da. And then out of nowhere, Mr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde's out like,
So, we got a Gemini question.
well, I'm sure we do.
So this Gemini, I feel like I've been having, like I'm on the hard shoulder in relationships. Always being invited into relationships, but as the third person, as a lover only. Why would this be? How can I get into the fast lane when it comes to relationships, or am I forever waiting for someone to choose me? Which of course never happens. They emailed me twice. So it's a very serious issue, this one right here. Love between two people, and then this Gemini creating a little trifecta. Any advice? Or why would this be happening? Is this a standard operating procedure for Geminis? Just like getting that third wheel where they just wanted to add in for a little extra spice. What are you eating over there? I think they all heard you crumpling your bag and shit.
Singer's hostess, she talked about, or he talked about being a 3, and there was 3 zingers in here, so I'm eating one of the zingers.
It's a female.
To get it back to just this. Honestly, this question, I know how to answer it, but it's like, I think it's like very simple. Like, one, the fact of identifying, of being involved in always a 3-party system of like, well, I'm always like that means that she's with guys that have other wives or girlfriends, like, or whatever, right? Like, it's very easy in 2019 to know this going into 2020. So if somebody says, hey, I'm not married, go fucking look up their name and type in fucking and find out if they say they're divorced. It'll pop up. The court will pop up the divorce online for free. And don't go into that motherfucker. Like, you need to do some more investigation. Like, you're a Gemini. Like you're purposely being in these situations and sticking in them by even bringing it up. Like, well, that means that she went farther in. That makes sense? Like she allows herself to go into these. It's not like, oh, I'm always in these and it's because it's just, that's what happens. It's like, you like it for some reason. If that keeps happening, you like it. You like kind of being fought over and being, but then you don't like when you're not chosen. It's a self-worth thing with this person. I'm like totally just channeling right now. This has nothing to do with like Gemini astrology. I'm just saying like, this is a situation that people get through, and this Gemini is going through a self-worth issue. And this Gemini is going and purposely going into these things because it's like curiosity. Like, well, let me see if I can change them. Let me think, I can convince this person to like me more. There's something about a Gemini that likes it. Let's look at Marilyn Monroe. Oh, she loved fucking JFK. You know what Jackie.
That presidential dick, guaranteed.
You know what I'm talking about? She loved coming out of that birthday cake. She was like, oh, fuck yeah, let me come out of birthday cake, Mr. President. Fucking, Jackie was throwing shade, like fucking, and she liked it. She's like, ha ha ha, fuck yeah.
It's probably Jackie that had her killed. Probably wasn't even JFK. Or Bobby.
Well, I think, I don't even think it was JFK. I think.
Well, Bobby
there was
also.
a lot of people around. Yeah, it was the Obamas. Fucking. Actually, I don't even think JFK would have aligned with Obama as far as liberal. Like, I think JFK was like a really good liberal, like the real liberal. Like, if JFK was going for president right now, I'd vote for him in a minute. Like, that guy was like the best president. Like, he was the moderate in the middle, both sides, conservative and liberal, like in the right ways. Like, the ultimate moderate. Like, the guy fucking handled shit amazing. So anyway, I think that's the issue. She likes me, Marilyn Monroe. Like, be Marilyn Monroe all you want.
She wants love. She wants that deep connection.
I know. So
what should she do?
Don't go for guys that are in relationships. Pretty simple.
Stop fucking around with douchebags.
Pretty simple. But if you're falling for the guys that are like, hey, yeah, I'm with no one right now, or I actually, you know what? You need to draw boundaries. Be like, you know what, motherfucker? Like, I don't want to be in anything with anybody else. Like, you gotta prove it to me. So then don't. This means that she's going out. It's like it's a self-worth thing. It's like, oh, I'll still take it. He'll fuck me tonight. He'll call me and whatever. It'll be like, and she's probably sitting up waiting till 1 in the morning, 3 a.m. Like, okay, now, while he's like, you know, in another relationship. He's like, oh yeah, I was able to get out of the house. Like, fucking, I'm just like taking a little drive. You want to come give me a little fucking head in the parking lot? Like,
JFK 2020.
fuck yeah, honestly. But you know what? We can't Frankenstein people. So,
Hashtag Craig.
JFK was the man.
Craig
All right.
2020.
3 of Pentacles. There's 3 parties involved. This card always has 3 people in it. So yeah, you are in a little bit of a triangle between 2 people. It actually, I think for a lot more Geminis, not like the situation we were just talking about. And by the way, for people that always click on these videos, like make sure that you watch before, because I know people always timestamp these, or whoever is timestamping these, will you please start timestamping with the beginning of when we do the question for Gemini instead of just going to the card reading, because I'm not gonna pin it anymore and I will delete it, like, because they're missing out on so much. Just do that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. I
Stop
mean,
fucking
you're
around.
missing half the show. That's what pisses me off.
You're fucking with my time
It
on.
actually
You're
pisses
fucking
me
with
off.
my
I'm gonna be
FaceTime.
honest. I'm calling you all out.
You're
Scorpio
fucking with
season
my
coming.
FaceTime here. God damn
Scorpio's
it.
out, you know? I'm fucking pissed. I will not be happy if you continue to timestamp right on the card. Calling you out right now. No more of that shit. You timestamp when we start the pull of Gemini. I'm gonna sound like a dictator now. And this is where Geminis are in a love triangle, because they have 2 people that they keep thinking about. Or you're like trying to determine what is the best structure and who's the best person in your life, and there's a lot going on about, you're looking at a lot of different sides right now. And you're looking at 2 different people, you're doing a lot of compare and contrast right now. Or you're looking at like your best friend's husband, like, oh, he is really good. Like, well, my husband does not show up like this. And it's like, okay, so you're gonna try and construct your dude to be like this dude. Like, do you really think that you can just AI this motherfucker and turn it into a sex doll and just be like, hey, make some changes. She needs to be a little softer on the brassiere. You know what I mean? Like, fucking come on. Jealousy is the challenge card. Woo! Are we still dropping bombs? But there's a, oh, we are.
I'm still doing a little bit of work back here.
I know you are.
I can get it.
But you know
I can
what?
get you
When
some
we get
bombs.
this is the challenge card. You know what? The eye of who you really want is who you don't have. Oh, Gemini! Did I just say that? Oh, whoa! You're not fully, or you're getting jealous off somebody for the way they are, because you're trying to find an excuse to get in an argument, or you get into something to get you out of it because you're too afraid to like deal with the situation of how you really want to deal with it. Like, so you will find something that makes you feel like, look at him do that fucking shit. Look, fuck you. You know what I mean? Like, oh, that's a good way to fucking end a relationship. It's a lot better to just be like, hey, like, I'm really not feeling this. Like, you don't even need to say, Gemini, like, I actually think about, you know, my best friend's husband and how he does this and you don't do that. So fucking like, blah, 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 blah. This is a really weird reading. This is gonna get weirder, I already feel. The Justice card. Yeah, you gotta make a choice. You can't just hang on the fence of other things and contrasting, and then this is causing a lot of really resentful energy of just in yourself. Like, oh, why am I in this? Or, ooh, I'm obsessed with this person, but they're not. I'm still comparing and contrasting, but I like want them to be a certain way. Or why are they not giving me enough attention? Like, why are you? Geminis are in some really weird relationship situations right now, and I would say that this is, you know, not fair to yourself, and it's not fair to others. So there's like a you need to see this from both parties and make it both better for both parties. You know, it was ironic too, is how we brought up Marilyn Monroe and JFK. Do you think that was fair for Jackie? Do you think that was fair for Marilyn Monroe to not get like all the access that of a first lady or even a girlfriend? And then do you think that was fair for JFK of like, well,
Get shot in the face.
well, yeah, I think that was the beginning of his demise for assassination, but I think it was more the MLK stuff and not going to war in Vietnam. I don't think it was Marilyn, but I think that he was spreading the information to her, and she was a liability because she was fucked up, on a lot of drugs. But there's a lot of conspiracies that she wasn't too, so I'm not going to say I know. I wasn't there. But there is something to say that, you know, this needs to be fair for all people, and it needs to be like, I just got it. I just got it. Geminis are like going after people to get back at other old relationships too. Like maybe somebody they just broke up with or somebody that they didn't work out with, and like trying to like, ooh, let me show you, or let me do this. But like that is where the compare and contrast comes to the Three of Pentacles. Then there's like a jealousy, and it's like I'm gonna, in jealousy, try and rebalance the scales, and like I'll fucking justify this motherfucker, you know, like I'm gonna be Judas, fucking, you know, like, oh man. And we got South Node life debts. Oh, you are in a past life situation. There is you going through a really southern aspect, and this is in the 8th house again. This has to deal with, there's secrets, there's weirdness here, there's a lot of lies, there's also shade, there's a lot of projection, there's a lot of you being stuck in situations where you committed to something that you don't want to, you're not fully sexually interested, you're trying to get back at someone else, or you're just feeling stuck and you're not building what you want, and it's not really, you need to re-justify your life and rebalance it and get back to a good place, because you're in a really fucking South Pole position of life right now. Like, this is not where Santa Claus hangs out, and Jupiter's in your 7th house delivering gifts of relationships, and you are not near Santa Claus and not near the elves at all, and Christmas is coming up with an eclipse very soon. So get your ass, Gemini, back up to that North Pole in Cancer and actually go to the feelings that you want to have and start projecting these crazy ones. Man, wow. 8th house, Neptune, shade. There's a lot of shade. There's a lot of deception this week. I'm going to be honest. A lot of uncovering of truth. This is going to be a big, this Scorpio week is going to be fucking one for the books. But Neptune in the 8th house with Sag that we got here, holy shit, this is a lot of either your secrets are coming out or deception and the beliefs, but you know, like this is because Sag is your 7th house of relationships. You got 8th house Neptune here, like there's a lot, this is not what you think it is. This is toxic. And there's like, just how I'm eating this zinger, you know what's funny? I'm gonna eat it too, because I don't care. I'm a little bit reptilian, so I can eat anything, okay? Clark, here's a zinger. Most people in the spirits community would never eat a fucking Hostess zinger.
Yeah,
one of the ingredients on here
tastes like shit.
Okay, and they wouldn't eat it because of this.
I'll
eat it because I don't really care. But I remember when I was with my ex-wife and she was vegan, she pointed this out and she was like, I can't eat that. That's got this in it. And I was like, I don't care. What is it? I forgot what it is. It's called beef.
Lard?
No. Hold on.
It's called...
This is gonna blow people's minds.
Yellow dye number 5. It's called...
Wow, did they get rid
acid
of it?
reflux.
Did they get rid of it?
It's called trash. Garbage.
No.
It's called gonna be stuck in your intestines for 20 years. Rotting.
No.
Just caught in the folds. Just gangrening all over the fucking place.
Well, they got rid of it.
Look at that. They're saving lives.
It's whatever, it creates like jelly, like
Gelatin?
gelatin, which is made out of beef, you know, like horns and product and just like
If you ever take meatballs and you grind those fuckers up, because I was trying to feed my dog Miyagi, who's old, so I was getting him meatballs and I was grinding it up in the water in my NutriBullet to kind of just like get some sort of protein into his body. And this like nasty ass white shit was floating at the top. Turned out that was, I don't know, I'm assuming the gelatin or something, but you can just scoop all that stuff out. It's quite disgusting. So I only get high grade meatballs.
Yeah, no, they used to have beef something in here, and I guess it's gone. This must be the new formula. Wow. Anyway, but a good example is like, you know, this is what Geminis are going through. It looks all shiny at the top, but inside is really like, this is not what you think it is. Like, there's some beef up in this bitch. You thought you were eating a sugary pastry, and really you're eating some beef. You know what? The beef ain't that good either, from what this says.
Whatever works for you, my brother.
Right. Beef Wellington, Virgo.
Some beef stroganoff.
Virgo. So funny, we're talking about health, beef Wellington, fucking, what do you call it? Gelatin, and boiling up and mushing up a bunch of parts of animals, and then we get to Virgo. Virgos are like, I do not want to watch this show now. I'm turning it off. Can we throw it to commercial real quick?
No, we can't.
All right. We got a Virgo question?
Once we're able to go to commercial, I'm going to drop it. I ain't going to say anything. I'm just going to pizzam in your face.
Because I'm going to go pee when we drop the commercial.
Do it. I will mute your mic.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all know, and I don't care if you guys go listen, but in last week's Deep Love Tarot, when I took a piss, the mic was on. I forgot to mute it on my own. Craig was talking, and you can hear me pissing in the background the whole time. It's actually really funny. Even the whole like Austin Powers, like evacuation come, evacuation complete. That's my favorite scene. All
Yeah,
right,
go take a pee already.
you do?
No, you. I thought you just said you were going.
No, let's do Virgo. Virgo question. I'm ready to go.
I thought you were going.
I'll go when the commercial's
Shit.
ready. I can hold a little bit. I don't need the pens yet.
I mean, we're only at 54.
Although I did pull the hangman card, and oh man.
We're only at 54% on that transcoding. It's going extremely slow.
Is it transcoding other shit?
Nope. I think it's just because we're streaming also.
I'm ready for this reading, and then I'll go pee on the next one. What's up?
I'm trying to track it down. I got sidetracked there. I thought you were leaving.
Mercury's about to come retrograde. We're all going through. I'm eating zingers on here. Somebody said, now I want zingers.
Nobody wants zingers.
I do have a strong stream of urine. Thank you, Al Torrigo. Somebody wrote, why are all Virgos terrible boyfriends? Huh. I don't know. My brother is
Answer
a
that.
Virgo, and he's an amazing husband to his wife.
That he is.
So
Loli
I can't
Lyle.
say and agree with that.
Piss poor swimmer, but good husband.
You have to admit, Lyle was a good swimmer and gave you a run for your money.
I mean, it depends what your standards are.
Somebody then put, why are Virgos dicks?
my
Why are
standards
Virgos
are
getting
high.
all this shade today? I'm actually like backing up Virgos today. I hope Virgos always, you never know with me. Like I always like, you never know. I'll be like, hey, no, or hey, I'm on your team today.
Hello, puppet. Here's a Virgo question. My question is, can the planets' aspects affect our chakras and knock them out of alignment?
For just that side?
Yeah, I kept scrolling. I wanted to pick one because it was taking too long. For any signs, for all the signs.
All right.
Knocking the chakra loose. The chakra
I would say
loose.
yes, 100%. That planetary positions and understanding that every sign and every ruler of that sign, planetary-wise, rules a different body part. And so using those body parts and understanding a throat, like it's going to be Venus stuff, it's going to be Taurus stuff, okay? if it's going to be crown chakra stuff, believe it or not, you're going to be dealing with either Aries or even Piscean stuff, but especially like more Piscean for crown chakra stuff. It gets a little bit funky. When you're going to be dealing with, I don't know, anything like sacral and root chakra, and you're going to be dealing with more scorpionic, motor stuff like Mars stuff. Like you're going to be dealing with a lot, genitals like Mars. If you're going to be dealing with, like kind of solar plexus stuff, you're going to be dealing with emotions. You're going to be dealing with intuition. You're going to be dealing with the moon. You're going to be dealing with Neptune. You're going to be dealing with a lot of that stuff. So yeah, like if there's aspects in your charts to that, if there's aspects in the planets like transiting that are intense, like we just had Jupiter square Neptune for a long time this year. That was a major crown chakra being realigned by this kind of more heady, like your belief systems being like doubting or taking downloads in and other downloads from other media and all that, like that. This area, the area of right now of the chakras is been lit like a motherfucker and been feeling like you probably feel like you have bugs in your head right now still. Like people secretly don't try to reveal it, but they have been feeling weird up in the head. Like, why do I feel like this? Or what's going on? Is my brain okay? Like, oh my God.
It's not the beds in my bugs then. It's actually just in my brain.
Yeah. The bugs are in your
Interesting.
brain, guys.
Need some diatomaceous earth. Get those bugs out your body.
You know me, it's so funny. As I hit a jewel, somebody was really pissed on my Instagram saying that I was not a spiritual person for hitting a jewel while I do tarot. That's not spiritual.
They can go fuck themselves.
I just was in Vegas this morning, so fucking. All right, Virgo.
Can I hit that jewel?
Yeah, Ace of Rods reversed. I think Ace of Rods reversed is definitely saying that this can be a good week for you with love and happiness, but there's something about needing to shift the way that you... Oh, here you go, doggy. There you are. You need to shift the way that you really... What is it that is blocking you to fully stand in a new happy space? It's like you're at a very closing position of what's been missing in happiness for you fully. So I'm actually happy for you, Virgo, but it's still not there yet, and we're gonna find out what it is. I'm really on your team today. I just want y'all to know that. I'm on Virgo's team today. I'm always on everybody's team, but I like that. You never know. I'm a little bit, you never know. But I feel like, you know what, this isn't bad. I just feel like there's something that isn't fully there yet. There's still something also about maybe still attaching to past way of loving that, this is a new way to start loving, or even identifying what love is. Like an Ace of Rods is definitely like, this is a new way to love. This is a new way to be confident in your happiness. This is a new way, but that challenge we got is home. Ooh, there's a little uncomfort going on here in your emotions, in your family position, and even just your comfort in the relationships that you're in. Or maybe if you're alone, maybe you just feel uncomfortable alone. Or you might even just be even in a relationship and feeling alone right now. Ace of Rods reversed with a home card. How are you going to change that? Maybe you need to get rid of your own way of fulfilling yourself and actually go back to how do you integrate more with your partner, or how do you integrate more with a person? I think that there's a lot of that, Virgo, that's going on right now. I think that's important. Because this is definitely going to be a time for you to go, you know what? There's something going on of just about your whole foundation of your life, and it's shifting, and there's a challenge about that, and that's creating you to be unsure about how to be confident in your happiness and your love and so forth. It's not love itself. It's just maybe you are going through shifts in your foundation right now, and what you have to hold emotionally in your life. And so, of course, that's going to make you kind of question or unsure of how to stand strong in your happiness with that. You did pull the moon card, so there are some feelings that need to pop up that are not fully revealed. Like, this is going to bring up insecurities, this is going to bring up anxieties, this is going to bring up a lot of things, but I think that there's a good clearing. So love this week, you want to be able to express yourself and reveal a lot of the stuff you're feeling, or your fears, your insecurities, or any of the things that you're not feeling totally in alignment with in your partnership or in a new partner. Like, you need to be real. Also, you need to kind of be honest with, if you're in a new relationship or you're dating out there, like, hey, like, you know, like, I'm kind of going through some shifts. Like, you want to find somebody that you're able to express, like, all your real shit right away. Like, that'll go good. But if you're gonna show up with Ace of Rods, like, I'm just great and everything's wonderful, but oh my gosh, inside I'm dealing with this, and that'll come out the wrong way. Like, probably right when finally after you've kissed and you're ready to go make love for your first time, and then that's when you're like, but hold on, I gotta tell you this. And then they're like, what the fuck am I? Get the hell out of here. And even if you're in a relationship, it'll be the same thing. Like, everything's going good, and then right this week, hold on, I want to tell you this. Like, what? This is not what we were. I thought we were about to go do this. You know, like, I thought we were going to Walmart. I didn't know we were going to friggin' the DMV. And when you become comfortable, this is about being comfortable with your emotions and just your feeling and your changes in your life. It's a fortunate increase in your life that's trying to happen. That's why it's uncomfortable. Gosh, you know what's so weird is, like, life brings us great things through going through some uncomfort. Realize that. This is not negative, uncomfortable things that you have to go through in partnerships. This is not negative emotional things that you're going through in your life. This is not negative emotional things. This is about you just being real, you being, this is where I'm not feeling emotionally secure in my life. This is where I need to just reveal my stuff. And guess what? You have amazing fortune. And then you don't have to put on that facade that you have the handle on everything in your life of love and happiness. You just need to just be real and just show up. And I know Virgos can be real. This is the Sun and Scorpio in the third house now. Guess what? With Mercury and Venus, it's time to just drop the fucking Virgo bombs of truth. And it will set you free. You've got Uranus in the 9th house in Cancer. So this is about exploring new emotions, expressing your feelings and your beliefs. And it doesn't care if it... Okay, because I did say timing is important. Like, you don't... Uranus means it's going to be, like, probably at the last expected moment. There's probably going to be some shocks there, because I did channel that, and I did kind of feel like... But it's better to prepare people a little bit emotionally for that you are in an unpredictable place about when you're going to express your beliefs. Like, just being like, I'm kind of feeling uncomfortable, or I just want to let you know I'm kind of dealing with this. So at least, like, if you are going to Walmart and you turn the car to DMV, you're like, hey, okay, see, I told you. And it's like, okay, let's pull over and talk about this. Then they're like willing to, like, deal with it, opposed to, we're going to Walmart, and then they're like, no, hold on, I'm really going to DMV. Like, what the fuck? And I'm not meaning literally, or maybe literally. I know Virgos who will do that. Like, be like, hold on, we're gonna go get to Target, my favorite place in the whole entire world, to go get more soap and to go get more cleaner and to go get a new vacuum. And hold on, I forgot. My DMV thing is due in 1 week and I don't want to be late by 1 hour. Like, what the fuck? I thought we were going to fucking Walmart and Target. Now I'm gonna go pee after that one, and I'm gonna pick a sign for you. Then we got Aquarians. You got the aqua for a sec. I'm gonna go pee, and I'm gonna mute for real. Like, see, this shit's muted.
I cut it. I done cut that volume. Yes. So, like I was saying earlier, I am starting a podcast. I know I've been talking about it for a couple weeks now. People have been reaching out to me. Had a couple setbacks. We've been busy here, but I am recording the first one on Wednesday. It's going to be about the beneficial properties of chia. It's going to be about life experiences, transformation from growing up with one ideology into the transformation of this man's life. He's a great friend. I've known him for quite a long time. I'm very excited to bring this information to everybody out there. It's going to be on the app. We're working. Actually, we're going to be starting a couple new podcasts out of here. So, as some of you might know, we have Jax Atlantis. He's on the app. He's been there since the Future Life days. Amazing tarot. That's where actually I learned my tarot from. He has his schooling available. But we're going to be coming out with a weekly show with him. Been working on the background of that. And it's going to be quite exciting.
So this 2020, it's going to be bringing a great deal of information to everybody out there that's willing to listen, that's willing to watch, and wants to actually, digest the messages that people are bringing out, because it's been diluted a lot. We all feel like, you look around every corner and there's a spiritual leader, a spiritual practitioner that's there that can give you their advice, that can tell you how to live your life. But really, it's how you're actually going to live your life. How are you going to apply the messages that these people are giving you? And how are you going to be able to kind of say, no, that person's bullshit. That person's bullshit. This person's real. And, it's taking your life to the next level, pretty much. There's been a lot of setbacks. Personally, at least in my life, there's been a lot of learning experiences. There's been a lot of, I wouldn't say self-doubt, but kind of feeling lost a little bit. So I'm looking forward to working with all these people going forward, and we got some great shit in the work here for y'all. So we made it back. We had the mic muted. That was great. Thank you for listening, everybody.
This whole show I didn't have a Sprite, and it came out. And you guys thought I was crazy when I was on Sprite. Imagine when I'm not on Sprite. Ooh. So we got Aquarians. We got an Aquarian question?
I'm sure we do. I was kind of just word vomiting all over the place, so.
You're sure we do. Hey, thanks for everybody being in the chat and staying through the show live with us. We got the W Bros in here. What's up? Make sure you check out the W Bros awesome Zodiac collection. I'm wearing my Leo ring. Bam. I showed this Leo ring to so many people in Vegas this weekend. People were asking me when I was literally... What? I'm trying to get it. Yeah, we got it in there. Go to the wbros.com. It's on the Zodiac collection. Check out all the rings and all the necklaces. Type in the discount code LK10. You get a discount, and 10% goes to all about fighting mental health, especially with anxiety and depression. I think it's the AM. I need to get this right, guys. I feel so bad that I'm sponsoring their product and we're working together, and I think it's the AM, American Mental Health Association. I think it's AMAHA, something like that. I'll get that one down. But I want to let everyone know that honestly, I have felt back in my Leo power way more wearing this. And if you all know me, some people have known me a long time, like 10 years online or longer. Or maybe you remember me from my MySpace days. I always wore sterling silver rings, always have. And when they contacted me and I put this on, I felt back in myself again. I don't know what it is. Sterling silver for me is me, right?
Back in that
gold might be for you, or rose gold. Check it out, thewbros.com. They have an awesome collection. It's so badass. I love it. I really do. I'm like so happy about it. And I really would never, ever in my life push something that I didn't feel really impacted my life. I literally would not. Like, I literally wore this thing for weeks and was like, let me see before I do this thing. And I like these. I talk to them. They're an amazing company. They know what they're doing. Like, there's so much research about sterling silver and how it kills germs and how it does so many things in life. I just think it's important for people, and they dedicate to mental health, like anxiety and
Depression Association of America.
The Anxiety and Depression Association of America.
Yeah, buddy.
The Anxiety and Depression Association of America.
Say it 3 times fast.
The Anxiety and Depression Association of America. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America. The Anxiety, Depression, and Association of America. The Anxiety and Depression Association of America.
Very nice.
You know who taught me how to be a good speaker? Was Celia Ward. She's a famous celebrity. I was working on a project in 2011 in Hollywood for astrology. I was a spokesman, and I was all over the place, like on this infomercial, and she comes up to me, she goes, David, can I give you some advice? I'm like, please. She's won Emmys and everything. I'm like, please, Celia, tell me what's up. She goes, put your hands in your pockets. I go, okay. And by putting your hands in your pockets or by putting them like in your jacket or anything and then speaking, hi, welcome to your da-da-da, you can focus. But once you've got it down, then you get the expressions down because now you know how to do it. This is when I was young, like doing this shit. I was a reality TV star trying to be like a TV host. Not easy.
Are you getting attacked by a moth?
Drinking and fucking yelling. I was getting in fights on that show with Liz and, you know, or in parental control, making out with the blonde, you know, Taylor. Like, I was just like, whatever. Like, I was having a great
Whatever.
time.
So with Saturn and Pluto energy in the 12th house, are Aquarius rising people destined to remain alone until these outer planets migrate? Seems like Saturn is supporting boundaries around the self to be solidified right now. Does that make sense?
I mean, I understand their question. Their question makes sense as far as understanding their question, but I do not believe that all Aquarians are just like out hung and dry on their own because of Saturn and Pluto in their 12th. Like, my dad is happily married, you know what I mean? Like, totally in his relationship, and he's a double Aquarius. So I think that this is about, like, what is your subconscious blocks? I think it's more the Uranus and the fourth thing.
She's been divorced for a little bit over 2 years now. No prospects in sight.
Well, okay.
You and me
so
both.
You know what?
Love, you
there
and me both.
There are always prospects in sight. That's like, okay, if we're going to go, my family came on the Oregon Trail. When you look for gold, guess what? If you have the mentality that I don't see no prospects on this land anywhere, fucking, that's all it's going to be. But you know what? Gold is always right. If you know, there's a bunch of stories out there. Like, everything that you want is right there if you see the prospect of it. I think that the Saturn-Pluto thing for Aquarians is learning to be more spiritually connected in reality and connect more into reality and not be such a alien bug that flies off the planet. Like, coming down to Earth and being here and spiritually being here and connecting and using your magic. We need it. Everybody thinks that we're going to save the planet by who's the next president. No, it's when the Aquarians come back down here to Earth, when they're here, which is kind of funny, and actually start like doing their Aquarian thing and connecting people and being in the world and hustling and figuring out problems. We need you, Aquarians. Come back to Earth, please. Like, there are no real aliens out there. The aliens are fucking Aquarians. Like, you know, bring them back, please, please, bring them into society again. There's no, even, you know, Jennifer Aniston, great example, just came on Instagram and broke the record. Even she beat the royal families that had the Instagram record of the most Instagram follows in one day. Jennifer Aniston, Aquarius, I'm just getting on Instagram in October of 2019. This is an Aquarian issue. It's not like, and all of them are just like, but it's like coming to Earth and being part of Earth and being part of the reality. Like, this Aquarian, whoever this question is, they're just not on Earth. Like, no prospects. Well, yeah, out in the middle of fucking nowhere, hanging out by fucking Uranus. Like, guess what? Yeah, a lot of prospects. You got Neptune over there, and it's like, yeah, it's drunk. And then you got Pluto way back there. It's like, yeah, I don't know if it wants to fuck me or kill me. You got Chiron over there, too. It's like, well, am I going to eat this frozen, you know, like, you know, Hot Pocket that's like been like microwaved?
Yeah, who doesn't want like a day old Hot Pocket?
Okay, cool. Aquarians, they got 7 of Pentacles upright. So this is interesting. You know, I think for Aquarius, this is a time for you to realize, one, what are you putting your energy into? Is it really coming back the way that you want? You need to be able to let people know that you're raking. One thing, and this might trigger people, but I'm not here to trigger. I'm just using an analogy.
Trigger.
This is a gardener. Now, people associate gardeners as like a bad job nowadays, or that it's associated with mainly immigrants. I know gardeners that are not immigrants, that are not that. But a gardener lets itself known. But, you know, in society today now, we seem to be like, I'm in my car in my first world country driving and there's a gardener and they don't pay attention. Like, they're almost like, fucking shut up, I'm trying to sleep. You need to let yourself know that you're there for what you're trying to harvest. Like, because if you don't tell people what you really want and like, you don't really define what you're trying to rake in right now, especially with all this Scorpio stuff, this is about telling people what the plan is and what you really want. Like, nobody's in your love life gonna know, even if you're married or in a relationship, like you need to know what you want. You're expecting people to show up by you doing this work, but nobody knows what the work is that you're doing. Nobody knows what you're trying to get out of it all. So you're just kind of in the background right now, like just. And you know what? I grew up in Irvine, California, in Newport Beach. Guess what? That sound to me was like my white noise or whatever, you know? Like, it was like, oh, I remember just being a kid, like, that just feels normal. Hearing the lawnmower and all that shit. The gardening of Irvine and hearing the sprinklers. It just made me go, oh yeah, I'm perfect. It's all good. They're taking care of shit. They're keeping it clean. It's just background noise though. Why are you being background noise? Make yourself known. Make yourself present. Get that fucking tree fucking cutter and be like, hey, this is what I want to cut the tree. It's like, oh, wait, what do you want to do? Like, oh, okay, you got my attention now. You need to get people's attention and love this week. Oh, you feel no relief in sight. You got the relief card as challenge. Well, you know what? The relief is not happening because you're not letting yourself be known. Nobody knows. You're kind of in the background. You know, like you want relief, but I think that you want relief from actually like not being seen or not being heard from or kind of being in that weird space, like kind of being that weird alien. You need to get out of this space. Like the only relief is going to come by showing yourself. There is no like safe place. Like you're hiding. Aquarians are hiding.
What's your
but this 10th
PayPal?
house stuff is going to make you have to be seen. But this is a love report. So there's Aquarians right now already with all their weird little ideas in their head. Like, well, I'm being seen here and I'm showing myself here and I'm showing myself there. It's like, no, we need to see you like when it comes to love. Like, are you pronouncing that you want love? Are you pronouncing what you want your partnership? Are you pronouncing it like directly, or is it still open-ended, or is it still kind of background noise and like, okay, it's kind of there. Nobody pays attention to people in the background, I'm sorry to say. That's just life, right? You go to a baseball game, you go to a football game, you go to a concert, you go to an event, and there's all the event staff. They just blend in the background. But I always like will go up and be like, hey man, how you doing, dude? But most people just walk by them. That's who you are right now, Aquarius. Ooh, that one fucking stings. Oh, you got Knight of Cups upright. So yeah, you need to be able to feel more confident. You'll feel more confident when you make yourself pronounced, because at least you know now where you're walking emotionally and that you can actually start to go with the flow more and start to see the emotions that you want to have. You've got to be more pronounced though. And you can't pronounce what others are doing, you need to pronounce what you want. This is part of the problem. You keep trying to go into what you're expecting others to be. This is about the journey that you want with a Knight of Cups. You don't want it to be seen though, because it's going to be uncomfortable for you. And you got the Virgo, you're overanalyzing other people. There's no relief when you're overanalyzing things. You're overanalyzing love, you're overanalyzing it, and you're overanalyzing even part of your own life, but you're overanalyzing this whole situation. You're looking at like where people are too impure too, which is so weird because Aquarians usually don't give a fuck, right? Like it's like, you're fucking you, I like that you're you in the way that you are, but Aquarians now have become Virgos. It's like, what? Or they become, Pisces, like this is impure, this is not truly in alignment with me, or, whatever. Like this is where you're overanalyzing how people are, and you haven't pronounced what you fully want. So don't shoot the messenger.
Or do. Your choice.
Venus in Cancer, gosh, so many Cancer dice. In the 11th house. Yeah, you need to go be more sociable, more emotional. You need to let people know how you feel. That's it. I mean, it's pretty clear. Like Venus in Cancer is like, the people need to know your feelings. People need to know your feelings. People need to know your feelings. You need to express yourself. You need to tell the world how you feel. You need to tell the world how you feel. And it can't be subliminally, like, you know what I mean? Like, you've got to be more direct. Like, hey, I'm reaching out to you. I want to let you know how I feel. Instead of like, let me make a post about it and not directly tell you. Social media, right? 11th house. Like, if you're going to social media that shit, it better be like, hey, I want love. Anybody else want fucking love? I'm open for service. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but Aquarians won't do that. You know, they're like, what? Oh, that's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't know if I can handle all those DMs. Like, come on. Let people know what you want. Let people know how you feel. So you stop overanalyzing and stay in the background.
I dated a quite lovely Aquarius.
Yeah, the Aquarians are awesome.
Yeah, 100%.
I love Aquarians. We got Scorps next. I don't really like Scorpios.
Ain't no part of that Scorpio party.
I have so many Scorpios in my life. It's insane. It's all I'm attracting lately in life. Everywhere. Scorpio, 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 Scorpio.
What's up with Scorpio rising?
It's just insane how many Scorpios. I'm like, wow. I'm like a fucking Scorpio, like, beehive.
Has anyone out there been dropped by Scorpio rising? I'm curious to hear about that.
I've only really, I think, ever dated one, and it was not even really a date, like, you know, Scorpio rising. They just weren't ready to open up. I always feel like with Scorpio risings, it's hard for them to open up, to get the whole story.
Interesting. I sense that.
So it usually doesn't work out with me because they can't open up. I'm a Leo rising. Like, come on, let's see it. Come on. You want to sit on the chair with me? Like, sit on the chair. Tell me everything. If we're going to be together, we're going to be sitting on the chair forever. We're going to be on a throne. You gonna have a good talk with me? Can we talk about everything? Or you only want to talk about some things? Or the projection of how you want things to be?
We got a little question here.
We got a little question here.
I found it interesting. I've heard that Scorpio and Virgo were once one, then Libra came in between them for balance and justice. Is there something between those two signs, possibly two that were split by justice, destined to work together, the darkness and the light? Interesting. What do you guys say about that? Huh, Cheech?
I would say this one again. This one's...
I have heard
It's about Virgo.
that Scorpio and Virgo were once one, then Libra came in between them for balance and justice. Is there something between those two signs, possible that they were split by justice and destined to work together, the darkness and the light?
Yeah, I mean, this is more astrotheology. So this is like going into
I found it interesting, so I picked it.
Yeah, no, so it's the two, equinox points, right? So Aries is split between Taurus, which is the one side of the pillar, okay, and Pisces, the spiritual realm to the Garden of Eden. Then you get to the other side. You get to Virgo to Scorpio. You get to the blessed of, Bethlehem, the house of bread, this, all the way down to hell, the underworld. So the balance beams of Libra and the sun, when it comes there, is like we are switching from, in the northern hemisphere, we're switching from light to dark more, and it holds the balance of are you all prepared? Are you balanced? Do you have the right partnership to go through this whole entire 5 months of darkness with? There's all the, and these are what the equinox points are. That's why these cardinal signs of Aries and Libra are very intense, right? So when the sun comes into Aries, though, it's the opposite. It's we come out of the water, we come out of when people do Lent and we do the Passover, and we come into the promised land where Taurus brings out the garden. And then if you do the whole Adam and Eve story, it's the story of being in Taurus, right? Okay, there's this beautiful garden. We're beautiful. We're naked. We got fruits. Oh, Eve eats the fruit. Oh my God. You guys are going to be castrated. You're going down to fucking the underworld. You're going to go into reality. You're going to go into truth. You're going to go into consciousness. Good luck. Have fun. It goes way deeper than that, but that's just the basics. it's not that Scorpio and Virgo were together as much as like they are, everything is together, if that makes sense. Not just them two or something. Like
We are all together.
It's much more like, okay,
all at once.
this is the zone, the
And
equinox points,
At the same time.
the two pillars. There's always the two pillars. If you ever see the BJ in like tarot even, these are the two pillars of light and dark. But it's funny because the pillars themselves are not it. It's the signs in which they switch you over to. You switch to Aries in light. You switch to Scorpio in dark. Kind of weird.
I would like a birthday
Oh,
card.
yeah, sorry. Taurus and Scorpio. You switch to Taurus in light, in Scorpio in dark. And that's because Taurus, the star, 500 times as big as our sun, is in Scorpio in sidereal. And all the way exactly opposite of that is Aldebaran, which is one of the stars of the seven sisters of the Pleiades in Taurus. There you go, folks. We can go all day, but we got readings to do for Scorpio.
I'd like a birthday card, whether you want to pick that in the beginning or the end.
We could do the birthday card first, actually.
Oh, shit.
Hold on. Birthday fucking card. You're going to get a Ganesha card. Or do you want a Rider-Waite?
Whatever you'd like.
I think we should do both.
Okay, I'll take two.
Craig's birthday card for his birthday. We're going to do a Ganesha first and then a Rider-Waite. And we're just going to pull two. I think we're going to do, look at this one just wanting to come on out. Courage. Look at Craig. And look at it, it's got the lion in it. This is a good card. You're gonna be stepping into your courage this life. This is, I think, your year of your big courage. You're turning 33, right?
That I am. Life path 33.
I know, and you look like Jesus. And
6.
this is Jesus' year. This is a big year for you. And you're stepping in the courage of who you want to be.
My golden
And then-
birthday or whatever it was fucking garbage.
What?
Isn't that the one where it's like your birthday, you know, like your birth date? Like I'm October 26th. So like my 26th year. Is that what they call like your golden year or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
Whatever it was fucking trash. So I'm hoping, got big hopes for this one.
Yeah, you're right. My 23rd birthday was not that great. I actually was, how old was I? Oh, yeah, I was 2007. It was when Jupiter was in Sag last, 12 years ago. And I was working in Norco at a boat dealership and eating Chinese food and working in this center, and it was Chinese food or McDonald's, or there was a pickup sticks, and that was my life. All right, what do we got for Craig's birthday with the Golden Tarot and the Rider-Waite here?
Give me something good.
I know.
Sweet.
I don't know
6
why I'm
pound,
kind of feeling
7 ounce baby Jesus.
I'm feeling this. Hold on.
Treat
hold
me
on.
well.
I'm feeling it, dog. Oh. Temperance, which is very kind of interesting. But this is things coming together for you and your confidence, your courage, and a graceful life of everything that didn't work, all starting to work in a new way because it's in a pure new form. But you have to have the confidence and the courage to allow this beauty to come into your life. We're going to pull one more.
I can fuck with that.
And we're going to pull...
Yeah, pull me something
from
more.
original Rider-Waite, not Golden Tarot. And we're going to shift this up. Look at, we're shifting things up for the rest of these signs. I think there's only a couple signs left. But let's see what we got here. Ooh, look at you. You can see on the camera what it is. But we're not going to show. All right. All right. What do we got here? This one? Or that one? This one? Yeah.
All of them. To flip them all over all at once.
Wow, 2 of Cups, bro. Soulmate.
I can fuck with
Damn,
that.
son. Temperance, 2 of Cups, courage. But you gotta have the courage on this birthday to believe that this beautiful union and this beautiful life can all happen. Actually, it will only happen if you're in your courage of who you really want to be and who you really are and showing that. Fuck, I'm sorry that Craig just stole for all the rest of the signs the 2 of Cups, the soulmate card in the Rider-Waite. There's still another Rider-Waite deck in here, so I'm just gonna see?
So I was talking to Jax at lunch today, and I was like, I'm going to manifest myself a nice, beautiful woman. A nice, friendly, beautiful woman. He said, why just stop at 1? You should manifest 2.
Well, join that Gemini and have your little threesome party of battling between all those 3.
I ain't mad at that.
All right, Scorpio, this week, 4 swords. I think that this is a time for you to, 1, because this is a love reading, this is about calming down. And one thing is 4 swords has to deal with people from the past it's dead, it's over. It's in the coffin. So not going back with your head and in your ideas and creating this, you're uncomfortable because you're not able to go to bed and rest and just be like, that's over. Like you need to do this. You need to rest on this continually, like raising the dead. Like this is going to be Halloween soon. Like we don't want to see you trying to raise people from the dead. And look at this. Your challenge is that you don't know how to change your life right now and truly just go into the new change. Shedding the skin. You're a Scorpio. Shed the skin so you can bring love in. You really are still trying to hold on to the old relationships. And afraid.
Always. Every damn day.
It's like, wow. What in the fuck is going on here? I think, with the challenge of transmuting, it's like you're afraid that you're going to miss out if you go to somewhere new and change something. I don't know about you, but I don't know. Sitting in a fucking coffin, what's a vampire? It's a lonely life. This is loneliness that you are choosing on your own. And you have turned your back on so many great opportunities because you're not looking forward into the future, you're looking still backwards. This card goes into the future. You're turning your back on future stuff, but you're facing past stuff. So look at this, like these 2 cards deal with past, and especially these 2 together is like you just keep looking not forward, because when this card's up, right, you're looking forward into the horizon. With the reversed, you turn your back on everything forward in the horizon, and all you're doing is looking in the past. And this card is something that's already done. Even though there's a card of rest and so forth, you need to put to rest the relationships that are of the past that are ended and dead and done. And your challenge is to transmute, to do radical change, to have something like shed the skin, because this skin is getting old. Like wearing the same skin, it's kind of like trying to go back to, oh gosh, I will just say it. I was gonna say like trying to smell the scent of like a guy or a girl off like a pair of clothes you might still have of them. I was gonna say another, there's weirdo dudes who like smell panties and shit out there.
Socks. I like to go with like sweaty ass socks, like the oldest shoes I could fucking
analogy.
find. We'll go
You need to
hiking for
realize,
like 15
Instead
miles.
of you being like, oh, I still smell his smell, or I still smell her smell. It's like, no, why don't you go smell that dirty motherfucker's underwear and socks?
I like to take those socks, put it in the microwave for about 30 to 45 seconds, heat them up just a little bit.
Oh, it's disgusting. And look at this. You are missing emotion because you're not making change. You got the void off course moon, missing energies because you are afraid of changing and transmuting things in your love life. You're afraid of change. You're afraid of new opportunities. You're not looking at new opportunities. You keep looking at past ones. And you just want to raise the dead. And I'm sorry to say the dead is not rising back. They might give little signs that you think are big ones, like, oh my gosh, I think I just saw it move. You know what I mean? Like, no, it didn't move. Sorry. You know, like that was the wind that moved that. You know, or it's like, well, I still talk to them, or I still see them, or they like my post still, or they, you know, like they text me recently. It's like, okay, like this is all not real. Not like they're in your life, this is where social media and all that shit is fucking, if nobody can meet for real, like I just tell people like, I want to meet you for real in person. And if they say no, it's like, then they're not ready for real. You know, it's like, I want to still stay behind the digital wall. All right, North Node in the 10th house, Mars. Oh man, actually it's Leo 10th house Mars. Wow, not North Node. You need to go have the love that you want to have, but you can't have it from dead old energies. You have to go into, you know, 10th house is people that have their shit together, people that know what they want, love that has a plan. Mars in the 10th can have love. You can have love, but you have to be willing to go on to that destination. It's like you have to be passionate, and you have to find somebody who has status, who knows what they want, who has a plan, and is willing to tell you what they want. That's 10th house. Like, there's something about you wanting somebody who has more like status than the person that you still are obsessed with, because actually that'll make you feel like, well, at least I got better in that way. And then you can open yourself up. I'll leave it at that. What do we have left? We have two left.
Two left. I think by the end of it, we should
Aries
be done
and
transcoding.
Pisces. Who are we going to go with?
Pisces. Duh.
Pisces? All right, Pisces. Craig did that to all you Aries. So all you Aries out there just got burned on the stake.
Burn, baby, burn. Speaking of being burned at the stake, this one time
This one time
back in the early 1600s, I was living over in Eastern Europe. Done got burned at the stake. But, you know, you got to live those lives to really feel the heat and appreciate what you got.
That's true.
Y'all ever done past life regressions? Anything interesting?
Well, what's the question about your past life regression? If I knew your past life regression or my opinion?
I mean, have you ever been a female in a past life?
No.
Well,
Which is very weird. And I've gone through, you know, I do all my
what the
past life
fuck?
regressions with Pam Teague, and I've done them with others, and been male, and military every life. Every life military. Even in my future lives, military. Military, even in this life, military, wars, military, you know, leading, defining, like an I've been to a lot of war and I've killed a lot of people. That's the truth in my past lives.
yeah, I've had some interesting ones. Lots of aliens. I get abducted a lot. Haven't decided yet if it happened in this life. I'm still trying to figure that one out after a DMT experience that I had some years back.
So was that the Pisces question about your past life?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a Pisces question.
That was?
No.
Oh.
It just popped in my mind, so I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, no, it's a good thing to have pop up.
I've been doing some shadow work, some spiritual work. Was wondering now since I've been, I just kind of went off that one.
That one sounded like a little bit very specific.
Yeah, that's why I stopped.
Is there a lot of Pisces ones?
There's just a lot. People just been blasting the email like over the last couple minutes with signs that we already did. Is there a great lesson that
Pisces, specifically Pisces women, need to learn right now through these transits that we're going through? Any advice, any key notes that you can give those lovely Piscean women or men? Or both? Whatever they identify as. Any specific love advice for the Pisceans?
Well, North Node is in Cancer, so this is about love, not friends. So get out of the whole friendship thing, and basically, this is South Node in Capricorn with Saturn, Pluto, and your status in the world. Like, this is where you don't want to miss out on the golden opportunity of love in your life. 2, this is Scorpio, your 9th house. This is about that you can expand your world through love and happiness and actually get to the places that you really want to in the world, opposed to the same people that really are not going anywhere. You know the story. You already know where it's going. It's not advancing at all. It's the same story constantly. And with Neptune in your sign, it's like, are you going to delay your life and what you want constantly, like by projecting like a lot of your own weird like fears of just being yourself and exposing that true self, like truly reflecting your true self, or reflecting an image that you want everybody to see you as? So I would just say, yeah, it's just like go to your only safe place is love. And friends cannot offer that fully because they go in and out, and they come in and out like turnstiles. And this is a lot of friendship stuff where friendships become the addiction of love, and they block the happiness fully. Like, friends always be there through it, thick and thin and whatever. So it's like, they're there, go find your happiness, go find your love, and they'll always be there. But also you might be in groups that are actually not congruent to what life you really want to have for romance. So you have to re-choose your friends based upon your love situation. Hope that helps. All right, let's see what the cards have to say. Pisces, we got the 7 of Wands reversed. So this is you trying to hold position, but it's not working in relationships. Like, you're trying to have control and have the top of the mountain and have nobody come up to where you're at, but that's not doing really well for you. You have to stop trying to control the position. It's not doing a right thing. It's like not allowing anybody to come up to you. It's like anybody that's trying to come up, you're pushing them down. And this reversal is causing an inability for happiness and love right now. Your challenge is trust. So people either don't trust you, or you're not revealing everything, especially. And usually this is what it is that you don't want people to come up to the top to see what's really there, what's really going on. You're hiding something. Sometimes people hide things, but especially Pisces always has something kind of in the background. But it's like people, I think, will accept you by just letting them up and seeing what's there. I think that that's a lot of what the lesson is like you're fighting people because your projection is they will not like it. Or you don't want to expose fully yourself. Interesting that you got that card. I think that though, by being more authentic and by being purely just saying everything for real, like, not everybody's going to come and attack you anymore. You're getting attacked because you're actually projecting a different story than what's really being told. And people see through that. People see through Pisces faster than anybody because it's super easy to see through fish. We can get distracted off the glitter and all that shit, or, the colors right here, but, and then again, you focus on the real shit, And if you are able to do that, you get the King of Pentacles. You get everything that you ever wanted as far as abundance in your relationships, happiness. You can manifest whatever you want in your life. You can find the ultimate partner that knows their security. You can find love right now. Your relationship could change into creating a better position, but you got to get through this weird you controlling the top of the mountain, not letting anybody up there because of some weird trust situations. Like, you're not revealing something, people are not trusting you, and you're trying to fight them from even seeing it. So it's causing disharmony, and you're not able to manifest, and this is causing you to not feel self-worth. This is causing you to not feel in abundance fully. This is causing money issues. It's causing, you know, physical issues, health, maybe even like things that you purchase not going right, or car breaking down, or weird shit. So this is where you have to be real so your physical world doesn't take the beating. If you do that, your physical world will take a blessing. And you got the 5th house. Look at this. If you're not going to reveal your trust or anything, you're not going to get the ultimate love of your life that you could be having right now. And creativity, 5th house is love. So love is trust. If you're not loving and you're not willing to give full love, that means there's something not trustworthy within you. That means that you're afraid of revealing something because you think it'll break the love. It's subconscious though. Pisces sometimes don't really know what they're really doing. So it's like, you know, love is not coming into your life fully because you're afraid of like letting love to see the truth. And whatever that truth is and that trust that you're like afraid that that trust is, you're going to have to continue to fight yourself. But actually, people are trying to fight against you or use things against you. But the truth is that people are only using things against you because you're not revealing what's there. The people in the past who came against you from that trust are not the people in the future that are bringing real love and real manifestation now. You got Mercury in the 5th. You need to communicate love. You got Virgo. So Mercury and Virgo exalt or dignified position, but it's in the 5th. It's like, hey, just be real about where your heart's at. Be real on what you have. Be real about your reality. Be real what your heart's telling you. Be real about what's going on. Just be real. Mercury in Virgo is about getting to the specifics too. Can't shade the specifics or you can't get the happiness that you want. So you got to get specific. Speaking in wide range and speaking in kind of like, you know, or averting one thing Mercury and Virgo does not do is avert off subject. So you can't avert to subject to subject to subject. You have to stay on a subject and get all the way through the book. You got to get through all the way through the chapter, and you got to like get all the words, you know? Like you just can't kind of jump from this to that and do that, like, you know, because you're trying to avoid getting to the center of your heart. That's really what it is. Like, and this is about you trying to understand how to have happiness in your life. Well, be real. Let people know what's going on with your reality. What is your reality? This also deals with health. Your health is all connected right now to your happiness. Your health is all connected to if you're able to be happy or not. If you're not willing to be happy, health is going to be an issue because you do not know, you're not ready, because you're not ready to be real. Aries.
Got like 10 emails asking are Aries and Aries compatible?
Are Aries and Aries compatible?
Tell me, please. Are Aries and Aries
you know
compatible?
What? I just answered that question. I just threw a red Solo cup at the fucking camera. That's Aries, Aries. Aries and Aries are not compatible. It's two generals trying to decide on which way to go in the war. That really goes well for a long time. You know, it's two kings on a chessboard. Without a queen, they don't move really far. Just dishing up some truth over here with my Sprite. Dylan here? That's the Dylan tone.
How will things begin to change? I feel so emo now. How will things begin to
hair
change
flop over there?
now that Uranus is moving into Taurus?
Say that again. All I see in my monitor is hair flopping.
How will things begin to change for the signs of Aries now that Uranus is moving into Taurus?
Who are you being right now? Renaissance guy?
I don't know, someone from like My Chemical Romance or something.
I almost can't answer this seriously. Well, I mean, this is a love show, so with Uranus and Taurus, this is about you knowing how to connect and showing your value more. But this is self-worth issues that are coming up for Aries in their physical body. their physical expression, and trying to reconnect to the swag. Like, Aries got to find their swag again, you know? Like, they feel like they've lost their swag and they have to reconnect to it. So when it comes to love, it's body issues, it's physical issues, it's, you know, and it's all by you retaining and holding on to things that you need to let go of self-worth issues, or issues in the past that have happened, or issues that are not advancing you forward into your worth and knowing your value. Like, it'll affect the physicality of you, it'll affect your self-worth, it'll affect your manifesting ability. And trying to prove yourself through money is gonna not be, or what you attain will not be how people want to connect with you. It'll be like seeing your ability to be valued within yourself, and how your physical appearance is. I know that second house is always physical appearance, always. Aries are feeling like they're ugly, some of them, and some of them feel like they're not looking the way they want, or they feel like they need to make a makeover.
Well, maybe they're ugly on the inside.
Did you just say because they're ugly on the inside?
Well, not all of them. I said maybe they are ugly on the inside, and so that it's projecting onto
North nodes
themselves.
in Cancer, I think they're going through, like they're dealing with deep emotional stuff, but it's like they're retaining a lot. So Aries are retaining a lot of water or fats, or, you know, like they're dealing with North Node in the 4th and Uranus in the 2nd. Like, they're retaining because they're holding on to
Or alien
energy,
babies?
you know?
Are they retaining alien babies?
Yeah, actually, I think Aries could be having a lot of alien babies. I mean, North Node in Cancer, especially if they're just fucking alien babies are coming out of Aries. No, I would say that. Well, in Scorpio, they could be having some alien babies. If they choose people who are bad for them because they are only with them because they're trying to fill a void in their own self-worth or something. I don't know. What kind of alien baby was that?
The best kind of alien babies.
It's kind of creepy. Fucking. Let's finish this show now. It's not even Scorpio season yet. We're right there, but oh my gosh. Oh, Aries got the 6 of Swords. You got to move on from a relationship that you keep attaching to. You need to just follow where the universe is taking you. I also think at the same time, this is saying, like, you just need to, like, know when to move on. And at the same time, if you're not moving into love at all, like you're single and you're not dating anybody, it's like you need to move into some moving new energy. You need to get out of the energy you're in. Or somebody's moving away from you. Why are they moving away from you? What have you done? What do you need to reconcile with people? And maybe they're moving away because they just feel like, you know, you're not showing up fully. There's something always about something not showing up. There's a sorrow. Whenever you get the 6 of Swords, and no matter what deck it is, like, you always see the woman with her, you know, whether you want to call that a blanket over her head, but she's like holding her baby and like, okay, let's get out of here. You know, like there's an energy of like, let's get out of here. Why is that? Let's see what it is. Let's see what the challenge is. Past life. You're dealing with past life karma. You're dealing with subconscious shit. You're dealing with the shit from your past lives that you keep doing. So this might feel like it's a past life relationship, but really it's you just going through past life situations in your own life that you've done that's being projected in through your relationships right now. And it's like you're going through a crazy past life issue. Like, this is going to be very specific, of course, to your own natal chart. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult to say for a general Aries. But it will be for general Aries that you feel like you have a past life connection, but it's more of you need to look at your subconscious patterns and how people leave you or disconnect from you, or you leave people because of past life or subconscious issues that you're dealing with. You did get the sorrow card. You did get the 5 of Cups. So, you know, not everything all works out. Things are going to always have a little bit of a scar. You have to learn to let things go emotionally. I think at the same time too, you have to let you have to like not be so hard on yourself. One, about why maybe you did something, or if somebody left, or if something happened to where it's just like, you gotta like, okay, that happened, but remember you still got some other things in life to focus on here. And these cups can be refilled now. How are they gonna be refilled? You got the 11th house, Friendship's important for you right now. And I also feel though that the challenge of the past life things is that, it's like you don't do this shit to friends, but why do you do it to lovers? That's your secret. Why do you treat friends a certain way, but you don't treat lovers this way? That's gonna be your secret. Why don't you treat your lovers like your friends more? As far as the way you treat them, not like treat them like if it's love, right? You're not gonna be like, well, you're just my friend, like we're just gonna be friends, but like let's be married, but like no, we're not gonna act like lovers. No. Why do you treat all your friends with all this grace and coolness and all this, but why do you do all the weird shit and all the trust shit or anything of that nature, especially as we're in Scorpio with all this 8th house stuff, trust, connection, and with Jupiter in the 9th, like how come that you're not opening up like you do with friends? You'll open anything up for a friend, but why aren't you opening anything up for lovers? Or if you're in a relationship, it's like you got to move on, or they're moving on, and a lot of it is because of it just feels like it's just a karmic thing that's not working. It's not going to be fun, but you know that there's another world out there, the 11th house. There's another world out there for you. Or there's a world that's more connected, or that actually feels like that there's a lot more stimulation. You pulled Mercury in the 4th house in Aries. So yeah, you need to communicate your emotions more better and clearly, and it might be too direct. But it also is important for you to be direct in how you really feel. And I think that it's about like truly getting to the emotional understanding of clarity. Like this is what you need. You need emotional clarity this week. You need to be direct about that emotional clarity. But I think that you have to lead the way with that by like, this is how I feel emotionally. This is where I'm at. And ask the question, Mercury, ask the question. But you have to lead with your statement or your energy behind the question.
That was quite lovely.
It was.
And yes, an Aries did break my heart. But I like to fuck with y'all also.
Quit playing games with my heart.
My pops is an Aries though too, so.
I'm
really getting
definitely
like,
not meant to be in a boy band.
Like, damn, Craig. Damn, why you hating on those Aries? Damn. Because I don't know.
Fucking Aries. Fucking warrior. Boy bands. Boy bands. Oh my God. Boy bands.
I do have an announcement to make though.
What is your announcement that you would like to make?
It's quite important.
I'd
Everybody,
love to hear this announcement.
Pay attention.
So this video is going to give you the tools, it's going to give you the steps, it's going to give you the questions for you to ask yourself to prepare yourself. It's going to give you my opinions on what best course of action to take. And you can take it or you can leave it or you can take parts of it or none of it. To me, as long as you're willing to listen, as long as you're willing to hear me and take it in and ask those questions, do you want to be in it or not? Like that's what the call is. And that is, I think, the deepest part of this energy is when people start going, I want the energy to go back to normal. You want the energy to go back to where you don't have to participate in anything anymore. And you just want to go sit back and watch the whole show. And guess what? The universe is giving you that opportunity here as the build up to 2020. But do you really want that in your life? Is that really, but I'm not saying, maybe I'm saying that because I'm somebody who feels that I don't want it, I don't want that. So I can't judge you for being in that space. But I can tell you from an astrological point of view that sure, it might feel more comfortable to be in that space, but there is going to be something of not being fulfilled. Craigie, wants to make an announcement, throws a commercial. That actually was the beginning of the 2.5 hour movie. I'm like sitting there going, this ain't the commercial, dude. This is
I was wondering
He's
why.
like, it's 2 hours and 30 minutes of commercial? I'm like, bro, fucking, that's the actual video.
Well, you know, got to live a little bit.
Oh.
That makes sense as to why it took 3 hours to transcode. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah, I'm like wondering, like, dude, it's like 100 megabytes. I'm like, that computer's fucking
Long story short, go to highvibe.tv and buy that shit.
That is the fastest computer in the world right now, literally.
Oh, sorry that the music was too loud at the end. Apologize.
Oh, I know, I pumped the music at the end.
Well, sometimes you gotta fucking pump that shit.
Fuck yeah, I'm a DJ, fucking pump. I have an announcement. I want to say happy birthday to Craig.
Oh, well, thanks.
And I want to thank Craig very much for being my friend,
Hey, anytime.
my best friend,
Anytime.
my colleague in so many things. He keeps me in check. And I want to say, I hope you have a wonderful birthday this week.
We're about to get wild on Thursday and Friday. If y'all are in the LA area, we will be at 2 specific venues. So make sure you're there also.
And I just want to say that as a friend, and I just couldn't do this without you, man. I am very grateful for you in my life.
Hey, thanks. I'm grateful for you as well.
For real.
No doubt.
And that's that. So, I'm just kidding. Other than that, thank you all very much. Very grateful for you. Check out that video. It's up right now. I'm calling it Destiny Call, but it's right on the front page of highvibe.tv. Right on the front page. So just go to highvibe.tv, buy it, log into our apps once you make your login when you buy, or watch it on the website. Throw it up on Apple TV, throw it up on Roku, throw it up on your iPhone. You can have it everywhere. You can download it on your phone through the apps. So like if you don't have service or whatever and you want to watch it in the middle of the desert, fucking you can do that too. It's amazing. And the best part, if you're on the apps, which are free by the way, the apps are free. You do not have to buy or be a subscriber to be on High Vibe TV apps.
We'd prefer if you did though.
Of course we prefer if you subscribe. You can subscribe through Apple now too, which is awesome, and through Android. But what's cool, like through the stores, you can actually subscribe on the app. It's pretty cool. But what's cool about it is fucking, you can do the swipe up where like if you're watching a video, make sure it's in your settings that you have swipe up set. And let's say you're listening to the video and you don't want to watch me talk. You can just swipe up in your car and listen to it like a podcast. Any video, this show, any of the stuff that's free, or the videos that you buy, or the exclusive content that you get in the subscription. So people seem to think like, if I go to High Vibe or if I buy this video, I have to subscribe or blah, blah, blah. It's like, if you just want to buy the video, that's it. That's all you got to do. And you can still be part of the whole thing. The app is free. And there's spiritual dance music, there's deep astrology, there's this show, there's Kim Tabay's Art to Life show, there's a bunch of all my interviews, we just posted a lot of my lectures, like there's so much on there, it's all free. So, check it out. We'd love for you to subscribe, that's what keeps us going here. Or purchase the video, which I literally made it through that one, that was a heavy channel. But there was a lot of positivity there. Anyway, love you all very much. Craig, it was a great time and happy birthday, brother. And
Happy birthday.
everybody get ready for Scorpio season. We'll be here tomorrow for freaking deep astrology.
Ain't no party like a Scorpio
On the last
party,
moments before
baby.
Scorpio season. Ah, it's me.
It's always been me.
Get ready for some Scorpio. Get your fucking dinosaur
Always.
fucking ready. Get your fucking, get ready for some, Gonna be wild. Oh, there he is. That's your birthday present, dog. Scorpio season.
I guess
Sex and reptilians.
I'm manifesting. I'm taking Jack's advice. Manifesting 2 of everything.
Oh my God.
Going forward.
You know, when I was in Vegas, I had 3 people ask me, and it was funny because I'm wearing 3 crosses, right? So everybody goes, "Wait, you wear 3 crosses?" I'm like, "Yeah." And 3 people asked me, which is kind of weird. And they're like, why do you wear 3 crosses? And I'm like, I deal with a lot of dark ass fucking energy that comes to attack me. And somebody's like, what do you mean, like dark ass energy? And I was like, I don't know. I'm in the spirit world for a living, you know? And she was very Christian. So she's like, I wouldn't be messing with any of that spirit stuff or whatever. I'm like, exactly. It's why I wear the crosses. I don't mess with those crazy spiritual ones. I mess with the good spiritual stuff. She didn't know how to answer that one. I'm like, why do you think I wear my 3 crosses? You know what's funny is like, it's like, and maybe this is my own projection, and it probably is, but a lot of people think I'm like the devil. I wear black all the time. I do astrology. I cuss. I smoke. I fucking like Vegas. Like they're like, you're just so fucking dark. Fucking you eat meat. Like you're fucking, ah. I'm like, you know what? You know what's funny is my whole life, I never thought I would go down this road when I was a little kid. That would be a lot different road. I thought it would be this like kind of like nerdy road, which I still am a nerd.
Nerd.
But I think that it's about triggering the community to wake up by being what they're the most afraid of. That's my job.
Oh yeah, good call, Tia. The meteor shower is going on right now, or about to be.
Oh, Halley's Comet is
About to
going
be
down.
popping. Who wants
That was
to drink
in
some
86
Kool-Aid
when you were
and get
born.
lit?
Fool, you were born with Halley's Comet.
Bro, Haley's coming up in this bitch.
Well, appreciate you all very much. Thanks for being here on High Vibe. Love you very much. Sending you a digital love hug.
Thank you.
And, you know, peace.